Nintendo. Nintendo. Nintendo.
Good morning, folks. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you. Today we're going to be continuing with more Animal Crossing. Having a nice chill day today, to say the least. It's a relaxing morning. We played some Animal Crossing last night. We got our town back. To give anyone an understanding of what we're doing here, of course, this is... by the way, welcome Saturn. Definitely need the chill vibes today. Oh, I feel you 100%. This is exactly what we're here for, my friend. It's good to see you. We are playing Animal Crossing in a bit of an unorthodox way, where me and 3 other friends are playing each 1 week at a time before passing it off to the next player, so that we have a 4-week rotation in our town, and also try to utilize the features to the utmost of the capacity of the game to really get a better understanding of what the original Animal Crossing on the GameCube had to offer. And we're finding there's just kind of so much to this game, and it's been a delight, an absolute delight. Hi, Goldie. It's 9:55. First thing we got to do today. We have some work to do this morning. We got to check the stock market and see how we're doing there in that regard. See how much of the old bells per turnip is, because we have invested heavily in the stock market, and I'm curious to know how good or bad that's going to be. Alright, so we got stuff back from the museum, it looks like, and Mom sent us another letter. My dear Bogus, I recently decided to take up gardening as a hobby, except I couldn't grow anything but Brussels sprouts. I hate those things! They're like evil little cabbages! Blah! My mom is insane. House is quite spacious. Yeah, it's not... Oh, it is now, I guess, considering, we just upgraded it. Got dinosaur track and T-Rex skull. I think we have a T-Rex skull. Let's go look. I think we have a T-Rex skull already. How is everybody doing this morning, by the way? I hope you all had a good morning, a productive morning. We also checked with this, new house has a new setup. It's looking all pretty. Oh my gosh, there's so much room. There's so much room. Okay, I gotta put my golf bag out. My white golf bag I earned as a present from the trees. And wow, what are we gonna do with all this space? I like it. All right, let's go sell some stuff. We gotta buy some letterhead so that we can get some stationery so we can get some fossil stuff sent out because we had some we grabbed ahead of time. Today's also the day after it rains, so we have to also make sure to look for gyroids. Morning, Tangy. Hey, Bogus! You sleep okay last night? Meow. Get some quality time sawing logs? I slept so-so. Hey, did you want something? Entertain me. Oh, awesome timing. Read this for me, will ya? Meow, you gotta read it now. Dear Tangy, I'll miss your bright energy while I'm gone. Your zest keeps our island alive. Counting the days until our next juicy chat. Regards, Minty. It's been a wild morning, says Saturn. I had to drive to work with a very large uninvited spider that thankfully minded his own business long enough for me to let him go in the grass by the parking lot. Oh my gosh. Why did I make you read that? Oh, I just wanted to show off that letter is all. What did you think? Did I sound like it was really earth-shattering or something? That's just me. Don't worry about it. That's always terrifying, right? Oh, something just exploded by. Morning, Bob. How's the farts going? Hey. Morning, Bogus. You look like you're full of your usual morning pep. Meow. Yes, he stopped farting. He stopped farting. Man, if only I had one iota of your pizzazz. Yeah, so like, what do you need me for? Meow. What's up, dude? Oh, here, come check out this letter. To Bob, do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once? I'm coding. That's immaculate. It's like it's almost lyrical. As if like there was maybe something very poetic and rhythmic to it. Like as if it was part of a song. It's lyrical. What did you think? Oh, it's from coding. What sort of impression did you get from the letter? I like it. Cold. Orange. Orange? What are you talking about? Oh, right. You mean it's sweet and sunny and a little tart, don't you? Oh, look what you done. Now I'm getting all hungry. Don't ever change, Bob. Don't ever change, my dude. I love him so much. Nighttime Map, how are you, by the way? Welcome. Yes, Face's mother, I'm sure you noticed. Your house is finished. How do you like it? Are you pleased with the work? You'll soon learn to love all that extra space, I assure you. Now there's plenty of room for furniture. Now then, I always hate this part, but we need to settle the matter of the cost of your remodeling. Our building expenses are costly right now, I'm afraid. Yeah, the bill's gonna come to like, 398,000 bills. What can I say? Houses don't expand on their own. Of course, there's no need to pay me right this moment. I just continue to pay it off to the post office like before. And remember, I treasure your business. Thanks, Tom. Thanks. We got. Ooh, hold on. Oh, it's a ranch tea table. I thought it was the cabin. I'm doing fine. Hope you're having a good. Oh, dude, my morning's fantastic. Kids got off to school. We barely made it, but we made it nonetheless. Ooh, what does that table say? It says something. Joey and Mallory. Joey and Mallory. Interesting. I can't buy the clock. Okay, so we need to sell some stuff. The coelacanth, the dinosaur track, the big clam. We have a T-Rex skull in there, right? I think we do, but I'm gonna double check. Oh, the scallop. 16,000. Yes, thank you. And then I need to buy my flowers so that I can give them to Marcy. Marcy wants us to put up flowers around her house. We are the minister of florification. You're glad to be beyond the days of taking kids to school. I know, man. I don't have a choice. I'll be doing it. We have to be school of choice for our situation, so I have to take them to school no matter what. They can't. They don't have access to busing. It'll never end. Bluebell paper? Sure. I'll buy it. And then what else we got? Steel paper? Okay. It's for the tough guys. Alright, we'll check on that dinosaur, because I don't know if we have the T-Rex. I think we do, but we'll see. I've got letters to write. We got things to dig up. We've got life to live. Let's go get Marcy's house all flowered up. Oh, that's right. I totally botched this. Plant. This should be enough, I think. It's like 5 or 6. Right? You wanted flowers, right, Marcy? Marcy? Well, hey, good morning. Aren't we just brimming with energy? I'm not quite up to full peppiness myself. To tell the truth, I just woke up. Whoopsie daisy. I guess this morning is my loss. Anyway, what's up? The flowers. Oh, thanks so much. You planted all kinds of flowers. You're the greatest. This flower planting campaign is obviously a huge success. And now for your reward. Get ready. Hey, do you need a green lamp? I think they're just the bomb. Everyone wants to offload these green lamps. Now that the area around my house has been beautified, we can totally expand to the rest of Ringa. Oh man, the Minister of Flowerification. Alright, so she gave us a green lamp. We're gonna work on a perfect town someday. Not now, we don't have time. Morning. Not gonna talk to you. Hey, what a morning! I take it you're sort of an early to bed, early to riser, huh, Bogus? So what can I do for you? Just hanging? You know what? I have the perfect furniture for your place. A friend of mine gave me an iris table the other day, but I can't really use it. It's like new. I'll let you buy it for 310 bells if you want. Yeah, I'll buy it. 310 bells? Oh, great. I knew you'd see how wonderful this iris table is. I'll take your 310 bells now. Thank you, Savannah. I like it a lot, too. Really, you just couldn't go wrong. Boots. Boots. Come back here, dude. Morning, Chompy. Feels so invigorating to ride with the birds, doesn't it, Bogus? You know what they say, the early bird gets the worm. Did I say that last time I saw you, Chompy? Anywho, you probably want something, don't you? What is it? Let's chat. Thinking all the trees in Ringa are filled with happiness at the sunshine, Chompy. I'm pretty dang filled with happiness myself. Dude, I'm with you. Let's go, Boots. A mini Metatoid. Okay. Gonna have to see what that one sounds like. A mini Metatoid. We'll find out. Good day to you. Well, aren't we a busy little bee buzzing to and fro? Commendable behavior. Tell me, how can Officer Copper be of assistance? Any goings-ons? You ask about goings-on? Well, in today's mail, the police station received something from Sahara the Carpet Trader. It was an application for permission to operate as a door-to-door marketer. It seems to be in order. This particular application requested the permit for May 1st. It was summarily approved. Oh, good. So May 1st. Cool. And let's see. What else am I doing here this morning? Just banging rocks is what I'm doing. Alright, just checking on the peoples. Hey, Goldie. Good morning. Itchy, getting to talk to you first thing in the morning. This must be my lucky day, huh? Woof! I wonder if my day's starting out with this blessed. What could possibly be in store for me later on? So tell me, Bogus, what do you want? I need work. Let's see, no sorry, nothing much going on. Oh, okay. They're not very busy today. Just hanging. You looking for some new carpeting? Because I heard Sahara's coming to town soon. She's got a stock full of rare carpets. It's a sweet deal, but you can't just buy them from her. Oh no, you have to give her your old carpet before she'll sell you a new one. Woof. That's how she makes her money. Maybe a plain old carpet to you, but to someone else, it's a rare beauty. Oh, carpets are coming into town. So it's a trade situation. Well, hey, good morning. Aren't we just brimming with energy, Slacker? I'm not quite up to full peppiness myself, to tell you the truth. I just woke up, whoopsie daisy. I guess this morning is my loss, Slacker. So what's going on? What's up? Hey, you know, I haven't seen Minty lately. It's kind of weird, huh? Isn't it? Kind of weird. Do you have any clue what Minty's up to? I wish we could see each other again, Slacker. Oh, you'll see him again. Don't worry. Minty's just fine. I promise. It's gonna be okay. Alright, let's check on this skull. I'm sure I donated it at some point or somebody did. But if not... Oh yeah, we got the T-Rex skull. Okay, so I can sell that. So what are we going to accomplish today? What's our big goals? I think we got to work on getting our trees in order. Oh, let's go see what Chief has in their house. When I said yesterday, we said, like, what do the animals have for breakfast? Like, what cereal do they eat? And I said, Chief doesn't eat cereal or eat anything. They just drink coffee 24/7. And, like, they're just chugging cups of coffee. I did not know they had a coffee machine. And, of course, the rockin'... which one is this? KK Ryder? DJ KK. The rockin' DJ KK. And they have 2, 4, 6, 7 clocks. And a toilet in the corner. Wow, talk about neat. Ew, what is that stench? Oh, that's the clean and that's the dirty. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna... Hi, Chief, I'm just gonna take a dump in your toilet here. So, like... Hey, Bogus. You look surly as all get out today, Bunyip. So then, Bunyip, why are you here? I need work. Well, that depends. Do you ever go to other towns, or do you just sit around like a lump of clay? The reason I ask is this. Oh, you want an apple too? Never seen a single apple in this town. It must be here somewhere, but where? I just want one. Is that so much to ask? Just one tasty snack, and I'll be happy. Dude. No apples, my friend. We would have had apples, but somebody chopped our trees down. Heard that Sahara's gonna be in town soon. Yeah, Sahara, the traveling carpet vendor. Her carpets are all rare, exotic, and beautiful, and that's not the sort of thing you'll hear me say often. Dude. Chief, you're a weirdo. Just coffee, alarm clocks, and toilets. How's our pair? Yay, our pair picture is doing great. Hey, Queenie. Okay, I hear you, chicken, and I ask that you please lower your voice a few decibels. I didn't sleep well last night, and I've got a splitting headache like you wouldn't believe, chicken. Oh, the horror of it all. Lack of sleep is the arch enemy of beautiful skin, you know, chicken. But let's get right to the point. What can I do for you, chicken? Let's talk. Yeah, Sarah's coming to town. There's a travel here from a country really far to the east, but they sure do seem to know their carpets over there. It's like the land where carpets are born, chicken. Anyway, I guess the carpets that Sahara walks around selling are really nice, rare ones, chicken. Thanks. Do you have a job for me? Focus, you can't get enough of me, huh, chicken? By the by, did you need something? Hate to disappoint you, but I really don't have any favors to ask. Oh, okay. That's fine. Thank you, though. We also need to see... Oh. Tumbleweed. My boy, Lobo was trying to sell me a tumbleweed, and it's now in the dump. I guess he couldn't get anyone to sell it or to buy it from him. Yo, Snake. Yo, good morning! Today I'm gonna grab like by the horns, Bunyip. I'm gonna give it my all, man. Bogus, you give it your all too, alright? Work it, yeah, Bunyip. Oh, yeah. Tell me, Bogus, what's new, Bunyip? Talk to me. Hey, what do you think the best part about... What is the best part about fishing? When fish bite. Oh, don't I know it? I only feel at one with nature when I'm yanking a fish out of it. Even when I pull up nothing but garbage. You know what I mean? You don't, do you? I didn't think so. To tell you the truth, man, I don't really understand it either, Bunyip. That's cool, Snake. You're a cool kid. Let's see what you got. Want a job? You have the worst timing. I just went on my way to take care of something myself. I wish I'd known you were job hunting. Okay, remember me next time, dude. Alright, remember me next time. So, Oh. Ooh, I don't have a net anymore. I gave it to the dude on the island, so I gotta go buy one. I totally forgot about this. Let's go sell some things. Hopefully it's still there when we come back. I'd like to sell, please. Let's see. I don't need the tumbleweed. Price is 6,130 bells. Cool, all yours, Tom. Hopefully, I mean, if we get lucky, we might be able to pay off our house today. Again. Oh, shoot. I'm supposed to ask about that stinking turnips. My brain is frazzled this morning. It is so frazzled. You have no idea. Oh, no, not sell. Come on now. No. Tom, come on, buddy. Other things. Suppose other things goes all I have to offer. Turnip prices? It's a small increase. 114. We bought them at like 109. We're not doing that nonsense, Tom. I'm sorry, buddy. Not yet. Alright, so let's store some stuff. We have to write some letters and get some stuff sent out. Oh, this is a mess. Alright. Okay, what does the iris table look like? Just a little tiny thing. Oh, it's cute though. Sure. And then... Can I put the green lamp on top? What does the green lamp look like? Oh, it's a big guy. Okay. Let's see if Super Tormer sits on there. I never remember what can go on tables or not. Yeah, I can. Cool. We gotta really work on our decoration now. We have the space to do it. Finally. And this is all a mess. Okay, so... Trains coming into town. We have... What do we have down here? Not a lot for decoration. It's all just a mess of raffle tickets and turnips. This is some ASMR shit right here. It's very nice. Feeling even. Let's go put them up top. What do I need to put down here though? I don't need my umbrella. So umbrella can stay here. And what is in? What is it? What did I put in here? Oh, I have more fossils apparently. Don't. Move that body, move that body now, move that body, move that motherfucker. Play my fruit when I loot that dead kid's body. Bitch. Today is a sunny day. I'm feeling in the mood for this. And by the way, thank you. How's it going, Lukester? It's good to see you. We're here again. We're going in full bloom today. Dropping our shirts. Okay. So we have 3 letters to go to the museum. Steel looks like that. What does Bluebell look like? This is gonna be our library one. Or thing. Winter. Whoa. Wait. You went to your first Taco Bell today? You've never had Taco Bell before. And I'm sorry, Minty, I read that immediately after that. I read that you're going through some really tough times, my friend. I'm going to give you some big hugs because I know how hard that can be, my friend. Trust me, I know. And I'm sorry you have to go through that stuff. That's never easy. That is never easy, dude. To the Pecker Museum. For the last letter I wrote, it's just going to the Pecker Museum. Yeah. Because I can't help myself. I'm going to leave it from that. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh my gosh, yeah, and you have no time to recover or process that, Minty. I feel you. So, with Luxor, tell me about your very first Taco Bell experience. You've never had Taco Bell? I find this fascinating. What did you have? What called it to you in the top world of Taco Bell? He's my spotter. What did you have today? Taco Bell is a momentous occasion. All right, nothing new from them. Okay, so we gotta send out our letters. It was great. I had a good time at Taco Bell. It first came to me when I heard some people talk about it. What did you eat, though? That's the real question. What was on the menu? Oh, letters are... Those aren't letters I sent, so those are responses. Rain, sleet, or snow, or hail will deliver your mail. Thank you. All right, thank you, Pelly. Hold on. I'll even come back. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, buddy. I love my new town tune. They just bum 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 bum. A beefy nacho burrito with a side of cheesy fries and churros with caramel sauce. We don't get churros with caramel sauce out here. I'm envious. Crunchwrap Supreme is my go-to. I mean, it's pretty fantastic. I don't get a lot of Taco Bell usually, but Crunchwrap Supreme, oh, sign me up. And like, we learned the recipe to mimic their cheesy bean and rice burrito. And oh, it's delicious. It is delicious. Okay. We're gonna pay 90,000. Cool. All right. And then let's see what we can do. Gotta write some letters to some villagers. Let's see if we got if they deliver them the mail to everybody, if we are getting some letters back, because it looks like some villagers are sending some stuff out. Ooh. Another gyroid, a mini clankoid. Sign me up. Yeah, but Taco Bell is, I mean, for cheap fast food, like, you know, tacos, not bad. It could be far worse. What do we got? Mini clankoid. I think I have one of these already. No, I don't. Wrong one. There we go. Am I going for all the gyroids? No! I just got gyroids. I love gyroids. We may have a gyroid museum someday in the future. I love them. They're so fantastic. I dig the rhythmic nature of the gyroid. Oh, here's my mail. It came. Let's see. Ooh, 2 letters. It's one from Queenie. My charming Bogus. Greetings, how are you today? I'm as good as ever. What will you take part in at the next sports fair? I love surfing. I believe I'm done writing. Impeccably. Queenie. She's a pecker. Oh, she's a pecker. Bogus! Hey, Bogus! I just love hearing from you. I'm ready to decorating my house, and I have all this stuff to get rid of. Please take this. Well, I guess that's it. Bye. Sincerely, Tangy! Thin-skinned Bogus. Hey, your letter rocked. Your wit is incredible. You threw this away, didn't you? Don't lie to me, you horrible, horrible person. Time for fishing. Bye, Crabbly Lobo. What did you get me? What did you get me? Oh. Okay, so Tangy. Oops. Lime chair. Oh, Tangy, you didn't have to give me your lime chair. That's... Ooh. What's the dreamy shirt? Oh, that's very dreamy. Let's wear it. Let's keep it up. Alright, let's see what the lime chair looks like. I'm shocked Tangy gave me their lime chair. I was not expecting that. That's a big deal. When Tangy gives away a part of their, you know, their work, it's a big deal. Got a big nice lime chair there. It's very, very fancy. All right. So we have. Oh, I gotta put away my other shirt too. I need like a cabinet for my shirts. Bam. Let's see. Okay. Definitely being a fashion person. I don't know why. I still love it, even in this one when it's so basic. Like, I would always just switch, like, outfits every day. And always have different, like, different shirts and hats and all that crazy stuff in the later games. Alright, so... what are we doing? We have our pears growing. I'm curious. I gotta check on those and see how they're doing. You can't, you know, water them. Just checking. And then we gotta fish and sell some stuff to Tom Nook. Help work on paying off that debt. I gotta beat Minty to the point. It's a race. It's not really a race. We're taking it chill. Astrid, how are you? Oh, hello, Bogus. Good morning to you, wee baby. It really feels delightful to take a morning walk, doesn't it? Are you off for a stroll too, wee baby? By the by, did you need something, wee baby? Entertain me. How do you feel about the way I dress, It's perfect. Really? You truly think so? But you know, of course, your opinion doesn't really matter much, Bogus. Honestly, just look at you. My rug's more fashionable. You always look so very... dowdy, wee baby. I feel awful for you. Here, I'll give you my used clothes, wee baby. I hope that makes you feel a little better. Bit better about yourself, wee baby. What did you give me, Astrid? Pink tartan? No, I'm going with staying with the dreamy shirt today. Sorry. Sorry, Astrid. Paulo, we have yet to really get to know you. I love your cherry shirt. Hey, good morning. You remember my name by now, right, Fried Rice? Remember my name? Oh yeah, yeah, I'm Paulo. Listen, this is embarrassing, but I was freaking out. I often forget my own name. What's up, Fried Rice? What's up with you? You know those butterflies can be pretty vicious, Bogus. I was chasing one the other day. It made me dizzy, and I got motion sickness. But you can't blame me. I just love the way they flutter around, up and down, up and down. They're like a million bells. So how you doing? So what do you need me for? Can we work? Just a sec. Yep, I got nothing. I'll catch you later, Fried Rice. You're cool, Paulo. You're cool. Lobo, I think, is still... Oh, Lobo's up. Lobo, what you doing, buddy? Let's go check your house out. I gave you that carpet. Which you already have. I think you already had this one. I think that I didn't give him something new. But someone did give him a space heater, it looks like. I love that the town tune goes well with the drums. Jamming out, Lobo. Yep. I hate noise in the morning. Who invited you in here anyway, Bogus? You think it's okay to just do whatever you want, huh? Who cares about society's rules? Oh! Hey, why are you even talking to me? Just hanging, dude. Well, I always take any of the fish I catch over to Tom Nook. He pays top bell for them most of the time. Depending on what you catch, you can pull in quite a few bells. Oh! Do you have any work for me, dude? Feel like a big bag of garbage in the morning. So what do you want? Oh, he has nothing. Okay. That one doesn't work so well. Have a globe of the world. So the Earth is the same for us and the Animal Crossing villagers, and they have frogs and frog villagers. Good morning, Creeper. Oh my, Bogus, how nice of you to come and talk to me. You're such a sweetheart, honey. From now on, when you see me walking around, be sure to call out to me, okay? You promise? So tell me, Bogus, what do you want, honey? Need any help? Moving right along, isn't Key the nicest person you've ever met? I didn't realize how much work it would be getting someone to catch a bug for me. My Key went right and got one for me. That was so nice, honey. I want to know, is something I can do? Oh, this is perfect timing. Can you deliver these clothes that I made? Bob has been asking for them for quite a while now. I don't have the time to do it, so I was wondering, would you deliver them for me, honey? I guess. Good luck, Bogus. I'm sure you'll do your best, honey. All right, delivering clothes to Bob. Let's go. Ooh. Thank you for the fossil. I've already sent out 3, though, which is a problem. Go find Bob. I think he's by his house still. Hopefully. Oh, I want to catch you so bad I need to buy my net. I totally forget. There's too many things to do right now. I'm so frazzled and all over the place. Hey, Bob. How are you, buddy? Hey, it's you again. What's up? Oh, what's up? Oh, shoot. Oh, sorry, Bob. I totally mashed buttons. Delivery dude. So you finally brought me my clothes. I thought you'd never come. I can't wait to try them on. In fact, oh, I look suave. A little too suave, man. I think this outfit looks better than I do. I wasn't really sure what you'd like, but I ended up deciding on clothes. Hope you like them. You got the right attitude, Bogus, man. I'm so glad I could depend on you. What'd you give me? Oh, I got another Noble shirt. That's my second one. I'm sorry, I gotta sell it, dude. Wee baby. Tangy and Bob are hanging out. When cats collude, nothing good can come from that. I'd like to sell, please. Also, the pink tartan just isn't doing it for me. 200 bells. It puts me over to 6,000. But I need to go buy, do you have a net? You do, thank goodness. The bugs are in bloom right now. I know how to use a net, Tom. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Parquet flooring. Let me see it. Ooh. Maybe, Tom. Ornate wall. That's nice wallpaper. Yeah, cabin. No, thank you. Kitchen. Oh, that is some ripe 1980s, 1970s kitchen flooring. All right, let's see. We just bought one of these. This is the pink tartan, which we just had. All right, so let's go see if we can catch some bugs. And then while we're also doing some fishing, we'll just put these guys in our spots here right now. Gotta chop some more stuff down. There's some trees that we gotta do some pruning on the trees still. A lot of work needs to be done on that department. But I also don't want to like chop down anything we need. But yeah, there's way too many trees. Oh, what's wrong? Frigga pissed off Boots. Frigga, you callous. What? Oh, it's bogus. Hello. Sorry, I'm a touch sleepy. You sure are full of beans for this early in the morning. So full of beans it ticks me off. You want to talk, Frigga? Frigga? You want to talk? You fart. By the by, did you need something? What's going on? Hey, have a look at this. It's the letter that Dear Key sent me. Behold. Hello, Frigga. It's hard to put this gently, but are you aware that you are frequently flatulent? If this embarrasses you, let's hang out and cook gentler foods. But you've inspired poetry too. Your farts are art. Key. Key, if you're out there, don't encourage such behavior. So what do you think? And please, I want you to be completely honest with me. It's okay, I guess. Oh, well, you're certainly more generous than I would have been. I can't say that I agree. I guess you're entitled to your own naive opinions. Whatever. See you later. Okay. Sorry, Frigga. Your farts are beautiful and all that. Hey, Bogus, so tell me, Bogus, what do you want? Thanks for asking. Oh, no work from her. Oh. She gave him the shirt that Minty made with my face on it. And now he's happy as can be. Boots, we are besties. Hey, check it out. It's now 10:35 a.m. and 19 seconds, Chompy. Tell me, Bogus, what's new? Can I help out? Oh, yeah, killer timing. Paulo borrowed my organizer and won't give it back. I gotta give that fool the old Bama. So anyways, I'm sick of dealing with it, so I want you to go to Paulo's place and get it back, okay? I'll do it, Boots. Thanks for your help. Don't forget, Jumpy. I'm not gonna forget, dude. Paulo it is. Let's go. Oh. Ladybug first. I think he already got the ladybug, but still. A 7-spotted ladybug. Is there a 3-spotted ladybug? I'm so happy there's no grass deterioration in this one. That's the thing with Animal Crossing City Folk and New Leaf. Where as you walk over to the places repeatedly, it will make it turn into dirt. And so it adds, I don't mind it so much, but like the way to answer that is you have to put patterns down on the ground. And I feel like that was their intent, is the one to either create natural pathways for players, so it just looks kind of natural if you go across the same places over and over again, but players don't do that. They just run wherever's convenient. And so you have to do paths, putting down art and stuff on the ground to mimic like roads or pathways, which works for some people. But for me, that's my dude. Dwarven Dad, how's it going, Dee? How are you? Morning, Fried Rice. Yeah. So what do you need from me, Fried Rice? I'm picking up. Oh, weak. I didn't mean for you to have to come here on behalf of Booth. Sorry, Fried Rice. Well, in any case, here's the organizer. Don't forget to return it, Fried Rice. What's the score? Get on it, fried rice. How's it going, Dee Dee? How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. We're doing some Animal Crossing, baby. Let's go. We're having ourselves a grand old day. Okay. Fossils have got to go. We have too many. Comrade! Although, haven't seen that guy in ages. Welcome, Comrade. It's a pleasure to have you. How are you today? Yeah, we've got quite the town. Playing Animal Crossing a little differently. I play with 3 other friends, Minty, Coding in Quarantine, and my good friend Keyglyph. And so we play for 1 week at a time. So I get it for a week, pass it off to the next person. They play for a week, pass it on to the next, so on and so forth in a 4-week cycle. And this is our 2nd week total. So I just got it back for the first time. And I'm at the start of the list. And we got a full town. So we have, we've got Snake and Queenie. Queenie just moved in on Saturday. We've got Chief. So Snake is a pink bunny ninja who's awesome, and he has a great umbrella with arrows sticking out of it. Queenie is a ostrich. We like to call her a pecker because she pecks people. Like, she's pissed off so many people in the town already, and so we just assume that she's pecking them, and so she's a pecker. And we've had to call her out on that. Chief the wolf. It's storming all day, so it's perfect for sleep. Oh, that's so chill. That is a good chill vibe right there. We have Chief the wolf, and Lobo as well. Lobo the wolf, who's an OG. He's a original for our town. Maple the bear, who is the creepiest villager I may have ever experienced. I'm creeped out by her home. Her home is terrifying. She's just a bear. Look, Maple's just a bear. She's a southern belle bear. She's nice as can be. Look, there she is. She's nice. But let's look at her home for a second. Let's go inside and take a look at the house of a mad person. And you're wondering, she's just got bears, a lullaby, and 2 gyroids. There are 3 daddy bears, 3 baby bears, and 2 mama bears. And you sit there and you're like, okay, why are there only 2 mama bears? You want to know why? Maple's the 3rd mama bear. She's a lady bear. She's the 3rd mama bear. She lives in a very unusual polyamorous household of stuffed bears and creepy lullabies that play creepy music when it's all done. Could be worse. Could be 5 daddy bears. It's true. It could be just all daddy bears. But, like, this is unhinged. She has a problem. 3 of the same plants. She's got some OCD going on there, right? She's working in 3s. And the music. She definitely made some specific life choices. Specific life choices. So yeah, that's Maple. She's a weirdo. And we have Astrid the kangaroo and Paulo the elephant. Astrid is fantastic. She's got some Ziggy Stardust, David Bowie vibes, and I dig it. Goldie the dog, very, very basic. We like Goldie nonetheless. Harmless, but basic. We've got Peanut, the kind of pink squirrel. We love Peanut. Goldie, you gotta love, right? If anybody hates Goldie, you're a monster. Goldie is the most, like, innocent, unassuming animal on the planet. Like, there's no way a person could hate Goldie. Right? She's the most, like, she's vanilla ice cream, and that's not a bad thing. That's to her benefit. She's basic, but she's got the fundamentals down, and there's not a single soul on the planet, besides maybe Frigga, that would hate Goldie, because Frigga's a monster. Chief is brutal in this game. Brutal. But I kind of like Chief. My friend Keyglyph hates Chief. They are butting up against each other. Chief is like the rudest person on the planet to her. Then we have Boots, the alligator, we are best friends. We're best friends. Boots and I are thick as thieves. Then we have Frigga and Savannah, the fart sisters. Frigga is a fart sniffer. She just farts all the time. That's just what she does. It's her life. And that passed on to Savannah, the zebra. And so they're neighbors who just don't stop farting nonstop. Her tagline is, it's what it is. Then we have Bob, the OG Bob, the best of the biz, like the staple, but he's our resident stoner cat. We love him to death. He is the best. Just farting it up. Exactly. Who doesn't love Bob? Like, Bob is amazing. And then we have Marcy, the kangaroo, who is, again, I don't know. If Marcy left, I wouldn't be sad. I couldn't, like, if Frigga left, I would be sad. But you want to know why I'd be sad? I hate Frigga. But if she left, I'd be sad because then that means that she has moved on to somewhere else and bothering the shit out of somebody else. Like, I don't wish Frigga on any human being. I would feel bad. If she moved to another town from another player, I'd be like, I am so sorry you got Frigga. I am so sorry. What can I do to make up for it? At least the Frigga's here. You can keep her contained. Exactly. Like, I would have to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands of bells to the person who I accidentally gave Frigga to. Because she's the worst. But we also have Tangy, who is 10 out of 10. One of the best villagers in the game. Tangy's just special. It's like, Tangy's right up there with Lucky, the mummy dog. Like, that is some prime stuff there. Tangy's awesome. And Queenie's cool too. Queenie's house is awesome too. If we get a chance to go see, I'll have to go show it off. I'm delivering this to Boots. Boots was up here. Boots is wearing, a shirt with my face on it. Our Vinyl Minty made the shirt and it has my face on it. Hey, it's now officially 10:44 a.m., Chompy. He has been keeping track of time to the second right now. This is the second time. He's like, it's 10:43 in 3 seconds. Delivery, my dude. Here's your organizer. That's it. That's my organizer. I never expected to see it again. I didn't think you'd ever find it. You're the best. This is awesome. Now for your reward. How about some stationery? If I give you this, you can write me, Chompy. Of course I'll write you, Boots. Looks like hard work does you good. I'll have to put you to work again soon, Chompy. I love you, Boots. You're the best. Let's go. Let me show you Queenie's house if she's around. Because her place is also unhinged, but in a good way. It's not a creepy way. It's like, oh, that's what you are. I understand you now more. Yeah, hi, Queenie. How's it going? She calls you chicken. Did I change my Animal Crossing inventory background? I did. I changed it to the dice. Because that's just cool. I just thought that was a really cool look. This is Queenie's house. This checks out. Right? Queenie's house is a chessboard. And also the wall very much replicates a backgammon board. And I'm like, yeah, this is a cool house. It's not functional. I think she sleeps on the sofa here. Is her place of like resting. But this checks out. Like, you're like, oh, Queenie, you're a bit of a diva. You're weird. What's your house like? Oh, I've reevaluated my life now. Things are a bit different, but this makes sense. This makes sense. But we love her. We love her. She's a diva that we enjoy. Oh my, it's you again. Yes, chicken. Let's get right to the point. What can I do for you, chicken? What's up? I heard the carpet seller Sahara's coming to town, chicken. Sahara has to travel here from a country really far to the east, but they sure just seem to know their carpets over there. It's like the land where carpets are born, chicken. Anyways, I guess the carpets that Sahara walks around selling are really nice, rare ones, chicken. So yeah, we're also like, we're emulating this, of course, to make this work because everybody lives so far away. But we are also inviting folks to make their own towns. Oh yes, all the pear trees took. Like the Queen Eye. Chess. She does what she wants. Exactly. The Queen in chess. Yes. Like the Queen in chess. She does what she wants. Exactly. I legitimately love these characters' homes because they tell a story. And so yesterday, when we were playing, because I got it back yesterday for the first time, we discussed like what cereals would all of the villagers eat. We didn't even go into Chief's house when I said Chief doesn't eat cereal. Chief just mainlines coffee, black, 24/7. Like, that's what she does. He does. He does. It's just coffee black. I never went into the house to find out that there's a coffee machine and a bunch of clocks. Yeah, it's you, Bunyip. Yeah, so, what do you want, Bunyip? I want a job. Do you have a favorite fruit? Oh, that's right. He wants the apple. I don't have an apple. I'm sorry, Chief. Millions coffee. Absolutely. And then of course, here's this. Talk about neat. And ew. What is that stench? You got the clean locker and the dirty locker and a toilet in the corner. It's just a bed. The radio directly next to the bed. What is this? 2, 4, 6, 7 clocks. Alarm clocks. And a toilet in the corner. It's just chugging coffee and diarrhea 24/7. 24/7. I love it. So we do how we do this, how we play this game in general. And I'm sorry, we're not getting a lot done gameplay wise. Oh, it's a cockroach. La cucaracha. We've already donated one of those. We're fine. What we do when we play this game is we rely very heavily on headcanon, if that makes any sense. Like, we build these stories in our brain through the environment, through our interactions with the characters. So, like, for instance, Lobo, when I first met him, he gave me a pop quiz, and I got it right, and he handed me a perfect painting, like, really quickly. Like, here, take this, get out of here, run. And so we just assumed he's an art thief, because it makes sense. He is an art thief. And so I donated it. I sent him a letter letting him know, like, hey, you know, the goods are secured in the museum where they belong here in town. And, like, he responded, though, with, like, it's so nice to know that people are donating, completing displays in the museum. And I'm like, I love this game. This is the best. So when you're not playing Animal Crossing, what are some of the other things you stream? I stream everything. So when I say that I'm a variety streamer, it's legitimate. Like, that is no exaggeration. To give you an understanding, we just beat the 2001 RPG Gothic, which is a very hard game. It's a very challenging game. Very good. I liked it. It's incredibly buggy and hard to recommend if you aren't a patient person, just because of all the weird bugs and glitches. But I really enjoyed the game and its world and its presentation. It was a lot of fun. But then we also play, like, we're playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2 right now. Also, that'll be tonight, when we stream tonight later. We're going to continue that. And so we do everything. It's a lot of adventure games. We do some old dead MMOs that we look into, ones that have, like, had fan server projects into. We do CPU versus CPU tournaments where we have just the computers fight it out in fighting games. It's weird sports games. Oh, thank you for the follow. That is very kind of you. But we also do stuff like this with Animal Crossing. I've been playing games for forever. I don't have any weird, like, prejudice towards a particular genre or type of game. I love learning more and more about games and what makes them special or engaging and interesting. Sharing that with folks and just kind of having a good time. That's just what I love. What kind of games do you like to play? If you don't mind me asking. I don't want to put people on the spot, of course. We were just getting sea bass today. Oh, no. Oh, no. So much sea bass. At some point, we have to go visit the island again and see what he's up to. But we don't have... He wants a cabin table, like an end table, coffee table, which we do not have. And we need to get some stuff to, like, bury for him so he can be happy and give us eventually NES games. We haven't got an NES game yet. I've got Super Tortimer, but that doesn't count. fishing is so much more challenging in this game, and I love it, but I also don't. Especially when trying to catch koala cats. It's challenging, man, on rainy days. Oh man, that was way off. Oh my, itchy trigger finger, man. I used to autopilot catching fish in all the other Animal Crossing games where you don't even need to do anything. I can close my eyes and catch fish because the audio cue and the time it takes for hitting the button with the audio cue is so generous. And in this one, it's brutal. It's brutal. You have to be right on. You have like, if you're with the super rare stuff, you have like a frame. You don't have a lot of time. I'm mainly into 3D adventure, retro-style, collectathon, platformers, Metroidvanias with a specialty in Legend of Zelda games. I mean, how can you go wrong? Legend of Zelda stuff is classic. What's your favorite Zelda? I break it down for me into 2D and 3D Zelda games as like my favorites. Where like my favorite 2D is Link's Awakening, and then favorite 3D is Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask it's my favorite. It wouldn't be what I consider the best, and there is a distinction to be made between those two for sure. Like I do feel that the more modern Zelda stuff is some of the best that Zelda has been, but personally I enjoy the story and characters of Majora's Mask so much. Wind Waker is such a good one. Link to the Past is my controversial take. I didn't hate Link to the Past. So I've played a ton of Zelda games. And I was going through kind of all of them, but Link to the Past was one that I played and beat much later. So I had played and beaten, essentially almost everything. I haven't beaten Ocarina of Time. And I've played and like beaten all the Zelda games post that. And then I went and played Link to the Past, and I was like, it's fine. It didn't have the nostalgia for me. It didn't have that sort of connection because I'd already played games that I felt had better story or better presentation or better mechanics, level design and that sort of thing. So for me, it didn't click as hard. And so for a lot of people, like, that's blasphemous. But I was like, experience, everything is kind of subjective to the lens that we're looking through it, right? What have we experienced already in our life? What have we already kind of gone through? And how does that affect how we view things in the future? And for me, having played all those other Zelda games before getting to Link to the Past definitely affected how I view that game. And I love and respect people who have a passion for that game because I don't think they're wrong. I don't think they're wrong for saying like, oh, that's my favorite, like, or that is a really good Zelda game, because there's so much that goes with that. It's like I'm not looking through that lens, so I can't properly judge the reasons behind it because I'm not that person and I haven't lived that life. So why would I sit there and make the claim that they're wrong in that way? There's no wrong Zelda except the CDI games. And Trevor, I'm going to make the claim for Triforce Heroes, though. I'm going to make the claim for Triforce Heroes. Triforce Heroes may not be a good Zelda game, but it's not a bad game. It's a party game that features Zelda characters. It's trying to be a more modern take on Four Swords. Kind of like trying to iterate on that Four Swords style. And while I think that it's fun, it's not like, if you were like, I want to play a Zelda game, you wouldn't pick up and play Triforce Heroes. It's like saying you want to play a Metroid game, you're not going to go pick up Federation Force. Although Federation Force is awesome, it's not much of a Metroid game. And the same could be said about like Triforce Heroes, right? Like, it doesn't stick because it doesn't it doesn't have, you need that connective tissue. And a lot of people don't give Zelda enough credit for this. But Zelda does a fantastic job of telling a story through subtle elements, right? Like, I always highlight one of my most favorite things, one of the big reasons why I love Majora's, sorry, I'm messing up the fish because I'm jabbering. One of the reasons why I love Majora's Mask so much is that one scene at the ranch, I don't remember, the Lon Lon Ranch. I don't remember if it's Lon Lon Ranch or not, but if you go there near the very end of the time before the moon hits, and how the little girl is so excited, her sister lets her drink the special milk that adults drink, and that means that she's finally an adult, and she's so excited, and her older sister's like, I'm getting my little sister drunk so that she doesn't be scared when we all die. And I'm just like sobbing uncontrollably. But like, for a lot of folks, you don't pick up on that or don't see that, you miss that, and it doesn't hit as hard. Man. Federation Force, if you have friends, if you have friends who all have Federation Force, or you have it on an emulator that'll be able to do the multiplayer, I would recommend it. I would recommend Federation Force as a co-op experience. Like you have to get the full team though. You know, the full team together. And Metroid Prime Pinball. Have friends? Oh no. I know. Hey Goldie. So you must have had some reason for coming to see me. You got anything you need to do? Nothing? Okay. No worries, Goldie. You keep doing you. Enjoy your run. Oh man. Metroid Prime, are you a Metroid Prime Pinball fan? Cause it's pretty stellar. I love pinball, like real or digital, you know. And one of the things I love, like Pokemon Pinball, the first one on Game Boy Color, really good. Like I have so much fun with that game, and like Kirby Pinball on the original Game Boy. That was one of my first Game Boy games. Hard as heck, but I love it. I just think it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. My town tune right now is a grating, like, alarm. I apologize for that sound, but I did that for a reason. It was originally dun 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 dun. That Minty, our good friend Vinyl Minty, he made that when it was his turn, but I had to change it to this grating sound because I'm just trolling. Look at this. 5 fish caught, 3 barred knife jaw, 2 red snappers. That is, I don't mean to call that out and jinx myself, but that's some good luck right there. Oh my god. It's happening. It's happening. The good luck's coming back. The fish gods have blessed me. They do this sometimes, and I don't know. Oh, shoot. Goldie, I messed it up. I broke it. I love spin-off games. Like we were talking about, like spin-off games. I like spin-off games sometimes a lot more than the actual games themselves. Like, for instance, Dragon Quest is a great example of this. I find the RPG part to be okay. It's just that I feel like it overstays its welcome in like the Dragon Quest games. There's a lot of filler in them and stuff like this, and like stuff that I just don't enjoy doing. I love turn-based combat mechanics though, and so like I enjoy that aspect of the game. But I always feel like, you know, they kind of overextend themselves, but their spin-off games I love. Dragon Quest Builders is so much fun. One of my favorites. Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2 are both so good. Dragon Quest Jokers, Rocket Slime. It's like, Dragon Quest Swords. We had so much fun with Dragon Quest Swords on the Wii. I know, it's blasphemous to say, but we had a lot of fun with it. It's exactly it. Yep, beat it, and it was the best. So much fun. I kind of prefer Dragon Quest Builders 1 more than 2 in some ways. I feel like Dragon Quest Builders 2 does some really cool stuff, and some things that I didn't like as much. And it's hard to say because they both have their pluses and minuses. But there was just kind of something about Dragon Quest Builders 1 that kind of kept me going the whole way through. I wish it had the quality of life stuff that 2 had, and some of the better like camera stuff, because camera's a bit tough in Dragon Quest Builders 1. And it so like I wish it just had the quality of life of 2 and all of the different furniture sets and, like, you know, cosmetic stuff that you can build. But I dig 1 a lot. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get so many bells right now. This is insane. My pockets are full. Hold on, how many? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Why do I have 2 shovels? I need to sell that shovel. We gotta go sell. We have way too much. This is... Oh. This hurts that I have so many good fish right now. But no, seriously, Dragon Quest Builders is phenomenal. I very much enjoy all of the weird spin-offs that Dragon Quest does, and I find them to be very imaginative, inventive, and really just fun. Like when we talk about Dragon Quest being, you know, kind of samey in its mainline franchise, and how they're like, oh, well, Dragon Quest is just so uninspired. People say this, and I don't agree with that. I do think that they do a lot of really cool different things in the mainline franchise to make things different, but if people are sitting there hankering for something real different, you play any of the spin-off games, and they're so far from typical in any regard, even of the genre that they are kind of mimicking. You know, their Pokemon style game, their Minecraft style game, they're so different. I think it's quite inspired, but a lot of people write off turn-based combat as being old-fashioned or uninspired, and I don't agree with that. I find that there's a lot of fun to those things. You know, I know people want to have more, you know, fast and frenetic and more peppy and action-oriented kind of combat systems, and I don't think they're wrong for that desire. There's room for all of it. Hey, Boots, how are you doing, buddy? You okay? Hey, Bogus, sup, Chompy? Hey, so what can I do for you? Entertain me, dude. Dude, Bogus, check out this letter, Chompy. To Boots, you seem pretty cool. From Coding. So what do you think, Bogus? Coding sent me that letter. Did you like it? Did it make sense and stuff? Well, tell me, what did you think of it? It's funny. Oh, really? I thought so too, Chompy. Coding would be really happy to hear that. Of course, dude. Boots, yeah. Coding's a good guy. He is... I love Coding's stuff. It is intentionally that short. That's just how he does. It's very comical and comedic, and I enjoy it dearly. Hi, Nook. How are you doing, my friend? I got fish for you, dude. But anyways, I love that stuff, man. I dig spin-off games because I like... So here's the thing, like, I've been playing games for a long-ass time. So you know, it's been, you know, over 35 years of playing video games. And so for me, I love novelty. I value novelty a lot more than like a good core mechanic, you know, or like things that are really refined in its design. I like fast, loose, sloppy, and weird. Because for me, I've played, you know, the solids. I've played the formula games that are worked so well for their genre and have been refined to such a point. But to a point now, though, that like I need something more. and I need something very different. That's for me, and that's not to discredit those types of games or that design philosophy, and under any circumstances. But for me, novelty is important. And so when I play like weird spin-off games, that's kind of part of it. Oh my gosh, there's so many fossils. I can't donate all those fossils, man. They don't do it. They won't take them. So yeah, for me, I need different, and I need strange, and I need to play games in a different way. I've been gaming for 29 years, and I agree. We've seen a lot of and novelty is amazing, and that's why I get why like folks. And now I don't do a lot of like I appreciate like speedrunners and randomizers. Like I love watching that stuff. I can't play those myself because I still, even though they really take the same thing and put new twists in them, that requires intimate knowledge of a game that I just don't have the time to do myself. I can't dedicate that much time to a game to have an understanding, to be able to tackle randomizers in that way or speedrunning in that way. So I love watching those because it shows a level of dedication to games that I can't have. I have too much wanderlust. There's too much to see, too much to experience, and I've got to try to see as much of it as I can. But I love also taking old games and playing them in different ways that make them more social, if that makes sense. So like with what we're doing here with Animal Crossing, using emulation. I know shame on me. I own the game physically, but we're doing emulation so that we can play with other people and like get the full Animal Crossing experience using modern technology to play games in a different way. And if you've seen, like, one of my all-time favorite games is the Myst MMO. It's Myst Online Uru Live. I love Myst games. I love adventure games. But Myst they have a social MMO that was originally it came out single player as Uru Ages Beyond Myst, but they did have a massively multiplayer persistent online world that is that game but with more stuff to it and features that work for having multiplayer. And I take the mini games that they have in there and the kind of the games that they kind of, these sub games, these little social games that you can play while being in that world, and turning them on their head and making them be far more competitive or encouraging people to take them really seriously in a not serious way. But like they have a game called Ayohik, which is a rock paper scissors style game, and the goal to win is you have to, it's up to 5 players, it's 2 to 5, and you have to, it is literally rock paper scissors, but in order to win you have to win with the same symbol 3 times. And so when that happens, there's actually like crazy strategy involved in winning. And you can start to predict or understand how other players are going to play. And the more players that get added, the strategy gets exponentially ramped up. Statistics and percentages and these sorts of things, right? So you can really kind of hedge your bets. But the community there does not play Ayohik. They are storytellers and explorers. They love exploring the world. They love the lore. They don't play mini games. They don't play games like that. And so I am like in that community now, inspiring those people to kind of go outside of their comfort zone and approach these games in very different ways, and appealing to their senses to make them engage in it in a different way. Because there are features in this game that aren't utilized or even understood entirely. How this table that you play this game on, how it behaves, isn't fully understood. And they have like a ranking system that no one has ever gotten any ranks on. So like I'm like, let's explore this unexplored portion of this game that has been out for so many years, but no one has ever really gotten to play much, and no one really understands fully. And it's starting to gain traction, and I'm like, yes, let's do this. Saturn says, I don't think emulation is wrong, to be honest. Some games are just inaccessible for people, and they deserve to be enjoyed, especially if it's a game you can't buy in stores anymore and costs an arm and leg to get secondhand. Emulation is not wrong in my opinion either, says Comrade. It's a way to preserve when it's no longer accessible or hard to access. It's a service issue. 100%. And I firmly think that, like, there's nothing wrong with emulation, and would never ever be a hardware purist. I really believe that there's no wrong way to play a game as long as you're getting to play it, right? And in some instances, emulation can genuinely enhance that experience because it provides you with the ability to play the game in ways unexpected, like, for instance, Animal Crossing. How are you going to get 4 people together to play Animal Crossing on the GameCube in real life? How are you going to get other people to play it on the GameCube and share their towns with you? How are you going to get a Game Boy Advance cable or an e-reader and get those cards? Like, that stuff, and it's not even just like accessing the hardware, it's accessing the hardware that works. Now we're getting to that point where functionality is becoming a difficult problem. But emulation can genuinely enhance things and allow you to create an experience that is more genuine on a social aspect. I view games, like I said, perspective is important in all games, right? Everybody has different perspectives of what they value, what they find important in gaming. That's why games are so subjective. There's no real wrong answer on whether a game is good or not, because everybody values something differently. And for me, games have always been a social experience. I grew up with much older brothers, and they had a disposable income, which is why I was exposed to so many games as a kid. My parents couldn't afford video game stuff. You know, we were not well off in any way. So my brothers, when they had a job, they went nuts for games. And friends would come over all the time to play games, and I'd get to play with them. And they were always very accepting of, like, my presence in their life, socially and stuff like this, and recreationally. So that was always really nice. And when, of course, as I grew up, I'd have friends, and we would all play games together and swap consoles and swap games. And I got them into PC gaming, where we started playing like Diablo together and all that stuff. So games have forever been a really social experience for me. And things like Twitch and streaming has definitely enhanced that ability. It allowed me to kind of recreate that experience here. And emulation as well has allowed me to be able to recreate that social experience also. I feel like it's taken advantage when people play the games before they even release and don't buy them. Yeah, so, like, here's how kind of I view it. You know, the Nintendo Switch emulation is a big hot topic, right? I am in firm support of the cherries. Hold on. Somebody planted a cherry tree over here that came to fruition. I didn't even notice this. And I'm actually in full support of the people doing so. However, I feel that emulation is important for preservation in that instance, not necessarily for recreation. With some minor stipulations, like exceptions, which would be, of course, like stuff delisted and things like this that you don't have access to anymore. I'm a giant games preservationist and archivist, because online games. So, I'm guessing for a lot of folks in like the Twitch retro community and stuff like this, they're huge for console games. They have a major console gaming focus, and I am very much a child of both worlds. I loved PC. I loved console. I was a Sega kid more than anything at the time, like when, during like the 16-bit era and stuff and on. I loved the Saturn and Dreamcast and that sort of stuff. But one of the things is that with PC, I played a lot of online games when we finally got access to the internet. We lived out in the country. We didn't get it until past like about 2000, 2001. We were able to play some games, but we had a limitation of only so much time per week, and it'd have to be at a certain time, and it was long distance. So like they're like, you have 1 hour after 9 p.m. on Friday only, and that's it. And for like 2 older brothers and me, that was not a lot. But I have played so many online games that are lost to time, and I strongly believe that in that moment when those games are out, that people need to be working on reverse engineering and data mining to keep that stuff alive, because eventually it's not going to be there. And if we don't do that work from the very get-go, we are going to have a hard time when it finally does die to be able to keep that stuff alive. Oh, Mojito's got me a water cooler break, which I appreciate. My mouth is definitely parched. I've been talking nonstop. But no, so like, I have worked on, a couple projects of games, with other people, teams of very talented people, to reverse engineer a lot of old online games. Like, Dark Sun Online, Dark Sun Crimson Sands. It was a PC RPG in 1995, from SSI Strategic Simulations. And, I love that series. We're playing Dark Sun Wake of the Ravager, which is the second single-player game. So there's a guy out there who came out of nowhere reverse engineering it, because I've been trying to get people to help me work on that for a very long time, but it's a real challenge because of the way that it was designed. There's server structure and stuff like this, because it was using a DOS engine game, but for Windows 95, and there's a lot of nuance to that one. But somebody came up and started doing that stuff, and so I've been working on like reaching out to development team people and people who worked on the gaming service that it was housed on, to try to get as much information as we can. And we made a lot of progress in that. Getting folks together to work on this old Commodore 64 graphical MMO from LucasArts. It was Lucasfilm's games at the time, called Habitat, where we created modern editing tools so people can now make custom private server content for this old social MMO on the Commodore 64. Most people have never heard of it. Anna, by the way, how are you today? I don't blame anyone for not knowing. A nighttime map reminds you of MUDs. 100%. I have a good friend, Mike Clam, who's in chat for a while here. He's a local dude who I know personally, who's a really great friend. We've been working on trying to track down this old MUD out here we're from the state of Michigan. The University of Michigan had this MUD called Hero MUD, where you would go around campus. It was set in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and your classes were particular superheroes like Green Lantern and stuff like this. And you'd go around and get to do superhero stuff in this weird digital space. We have like lots of articles about this game and people on message boards talking about it and its history, but like the game itself is gone. And so we try to compile as much information as we can about it to help remember it. Oh, have a good night, comrade. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure talking with you. Thank you for your company. It really was very kind of you to come in, and it was so nice to meet you. I hope to see you again. This week there'll be lots of day streams for Animal Crossing, so I hope to see you soon. Anna, how are you? I also happen to be playing Animal Crossing. Booted up the Switch this past weekend. Damn, I have missed it. Anna, that is so great to hear. I love Animal Crossing of all versions of the game. I feel like there's no bad Animal Crossing, even Amiibo Festival, the spin-off board game, which we played on stream a couple times. But I think that every one of them offers something really unique and interesting for other players. And I have been a huge, my desire to go deep into Animal Crossing has exploded with this project idea of playing with other people online and doing this kind of 4-week cycle so that we all get to experience the game and not feel this burnout. And getting the game experienced in its original format, which has just been an absolute joy. And I also cannot wait for the day that we inspire some folks to make towns in the original Animal Crossing for us to visit. Flick was on your island yesterday. You made bank. Oh man, I have to say that Flick and CJ, right? CJ, good new characters. I like Flick and CJ, man. That's good stuff. I think that that New Horizons, albeit probably my least favorite Animal Crossing game, does so much well and has some really great stuff, but it also has a lot of it has a lot of flaws, but it has a lot of really cool stuff too, and it's hard because you separate those things. You have to separate those things. You know Flick and CJ are a couple. Come on now. It's not hinted. They are a couple. Animal Crossing has always been a game about headcanon. It's always about taking kind of this vague information or vague events that happen around you and turning that into a story. And we definitely everybody I think definitely turned that one into a story without question. All right, I need to find a place to make cherries be the thing. Because we can't, I don't want to put everything into this one space because I want things to be nice and airy. And this is going to be pears. Maybe I'll put the cherry. No, we can't really put them here either. We got a lot of foliage. Oh, I know where we're going to put it. We're going to probably pop cherries somewhere around here along this northern ridge because there's not a lot going on here. Right here might be a good spot. CJ calls Flick his partner. Come on, Nintendo. I see you. Nintendo has always worked in that realm. It's almost Disneyfied in that regard, right? I mean, we can't say they're gay, but... come on, man. Just say it. Just say it. We all know it. Okay. Here's Cherry Town. This also... Oh, hell yeah. Golden shovel coming through. This also means we gotta make a sign for cherries. Ooh, means I gotta draw cherries, which I don't think is gonna go well. Dude, gyroids are everywhere the day after it rains. And it is a joy. So we're gonna have to go to the Able Sisters in a minute, but I want to check one thing too. But no, I want to inspire people to be able to play Animal Crossing the original on GameCube, find fun in it, and play it on Dolphin Emulator so that we can share the towns and get to see their town and exchange villagers. Because one of the things that is so great about this version of Animal Crossing particularly is just how much the social side of things has mechanics for it, has content for it. So when you play Animal Crossing on GameCube by yourself, you aren't going to get as much out of the villagers as you do when you have 4 players playing in the one town. If you visit another town, that now expands dramatically because one of your villagers might move into that town, and they carry with them all the letters that they've received and all the kind of memory and data about the players in their original town, and they share that with those other people. And that same thing happens vice versa, where if you visit somewhere else and their villager comes and visits you, you get all that stuff with you. And now you have this incredibly vast social ecosystem of all these different villagers from all these different towns with all these different stories and memories that they bring with you. And not only this, if with the way that we're playing, if for instance one of the players can't play anymore, they're burnt out or they're just really, really busy, and they're just you know what, I'm done, and thanks for all the fish, so long, and thanks for all the fish. We can bring in another person. We can, take down the house, move them out, and bring in another person. But all of that data and memory that the villagers had of that person is still there. And they still have the letters. They still have the stuff. And It is vibrant. It is just so cool. And as a long-term kind of idea, I think that this is really, really valuable. Dude, it was raining yesterday, and I've already dug up a gyroid. I have gotten 4 gyroids today. It was raining yesterday. I have gotten 4 gyroids. It's so many gyroids. I got one that is easily my favorite, and it tickles my brain. I love the design of New Horizons gyroids. I am sad that there's not nearly as many gyroids. Like, it's insane how few there actually are. I think there's like 15. I think there's 15 gyroids in New Horizon, like, total. They have just different colors. And here in this one, there's like 150 or something crazy. But there's a gyroid on here that is just the best. I heard another villager had one. Like, I saw the one they had, and I heard the sound it was making, and I was like, like, it was that ASMR, like, hairs on the back of your neck just start going nuts. And you're just like, oh, tingles just from the sound it was making. It was very, very weird, and it sounds like it's a kind of this rattling sound, like but it's a really intense sound. I'll have to make you listen to it in just a second here, because I got one. I was very excited about it. Oh my god! And fishing's so hard in this one. We're just gonna do one more quick little pass here across this way, and then we'll go up, sell some stuff, and then we'll I'll show you it, because it's a crazy sounding gyroid. What's so funny too is that, like, playing this now as an adult and just kind of looking back at all the stuff I didn't know, or took me so long to know as a player when I was a youth. Because, I mean, I was like 21 or 20 when the game came out. What, 2003? So I was at 19 at the time. I was living on my own. I moved in with a good friend. And one of our first purchases together, or like I did, I purchased this, was they had a black Xbox bundle, or Xbox, wow, I'm a crazy person. My brain just, I think I'm having a stroke. A black GameCube that came with the Zelda collection of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and 1 and 2. Oh, come on. No! That was on me. So we had all of those connected, and then we got Animal Crossing, and so I played with him. Morning, Simon. How are you? And so I don't know what's going with that. My brain is frazzled. Anyways, I love Animal Crossing. It's so good. How are you, Simon? It's good to see you. Simon, you know you want to go and emulate Animal Crossing on the GameCube, start your own town so you can come and visit and share your villagers, and maybe steal one of Key's villagers for yourself. You know you want to. You know you want to. We need to clear out all of these trees, man. It's a mess. But you have to hear this sound. This gyroid is so... Oh, no, not you. Not you. What you up to, Simon? What you been up to? Listen to this one. Right here. Ice in a glass. It's so nice. That's what I was getting at. It's funny kind of going back into this game and thinking about how long I went before I knew or recognized certain aspects of this game. Like, I did not know that the gyroids would change based on the music played, and they would play to the music. I never knew this as a kid. And it wasn't until, like, way after that I was like, oh my god, that's the case. It tickles the brain real good, right? That is, like, the most satisfying sound I have ever heard. But also like the ability to select multiple items in your inventory. Like, never knew that was a thing you could do. Oh, he's going in the basement. The mini freakoid? Oh my goodness. The mini freakoid is going in the basement. I'm excited. What tomorrow is the last day of the month, which means that there's going to be a raffle. The raffle happens. Hey, Minty, I said the same thing, Minty. I agree. 100%. Let's go pay off some of our debt. We're getting close to paying off this next one. We paid off about 90,000 of the 398, I think. Right? In game, and also tomorrow's the last day of the month for me and for Animal Crossing. I love my terrible town tune I put on here. Let's just put 70,000. I know you Australians. Last day of the month for you guys right now. It will be eventually for us. Simon, it's a real world calendar. This is a real world calendar in real world time right now. It is for April 29th at 11:33 a.m. my time. And yeah. It's got a 24/7 365 calendar. And if you look here, we'll look at our events. Our journal has the events and all the calendar stuff. So, in April here, so this is the last day of the month. There's a raffle every day at the last day of the month. And then in May, oh, Wednesday is spring cleaning day. Excellent. So we got the spring cleaning holiday. Mother's Day is going to fall on Coding and Quarantine's day. Not much happens in May. So they start this week. He does this week. And then I get the 26th through the 31st again. So I get the last day of the month. Oops. And then in June, oh baby, June is fishing tourney all week. So that's Minty, Coding, Key, and myself. I get the fishing tourney. Key gets Father's Day. Oh man, Coding gets graduation day too. Very nice. So yeah, fishing tourney, and Minty gets to have 2 fishing tourneys. Yeah, every Sunday in June, it's summer, and there's every Sunday is a fishing tournament. Fireworks show in July, Renga Day, that's our town day. And then in August, meteor shower on the 12th, Founders Day on the 21st, Labor Day event, Harvest Moon event, and this is the sports fair in September. The fall, there's 2 sports events in the year, the fall and the spring. Explorers Day on the 14th, and then Halloween, and then another big fishing tournament in November, Mayor's Day, Officers Day, fishing tournaments, Harvest Festival, Sale Day. And then December has Snow Day on the 1st, Toy Day on the 23rd, and New Year's Eve on the 31st. And then January 2025, New Year's. Groundhog Day is a thing. That's where Mr. Rossetti comes out. Renga Day would be me handing it over to Coding, right? I think so. 24th is Jingle Visiting, yeah. Sports Fair, the quote-unquote spring one. But yeah, there'll be a whole lot going on. I don't know. Do they have Valentine's Day and White Day / Black Day? Not White Day and Black Day. Valentine's Day is on there for sure. One of the things I also love about this one over something like New Horizons is that there's a lot more, holidays and events that happen. Maybe not as many villagers visiting, like the visiting events, but the amount of holidays is astronomical. So we're going to probably play until about 1 o'clock-ish. I need to go get some water. So I'm going to be right back real quick, actually. I'm going to be right back. Get some water. Stretch. Whee! No ads today, because it's just a weird off day. Be right back. Whee! Did you... Wait. Did you not... Did you not clean up after yourself?
What are you talking about? I don't see bear.
What? Listen to me.
Where's the bear?
Listen to me.
What are you talking about?
Listen to me. Hey, you look at me. Look at me.
Nope.
Margle. Did you not clean up your corpse? Did you not? Did, I can see that, but did you not clean up the carcass? Did you not clean up the carcass? Did you not? What did we talk about? What did we talk about? What did we talk about? What did we talk about with carcasses? You always clean up your carcass. You always clean up your carcass. The smell is unbearable. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. You dragged me out here to Freeport of all places, Freeport, on our honeymoon, and you don't clean up your carcass? This is unacceptable.
Bone chips.
Unacceptable.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I gotta do a dance. I just wanna see a dance. Oh my god. Headphones are off. I can't hear you right now. Oh my god. Oh. Now the leg blade's gone. He's stunned. Ryu doesn't take advantage of it. He hits him out of the super. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, he gets the throw. He gets the throw, but show you can. Oh my god, look at the life. Look at the life. Look at the life. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ryu barely squeaks out a win there. What a reversal. Sodom's got something to prove now, though. Okay, he's able to jump over the fireballs effectively. Gets a little... Alright, we're back. Ooh, got me some water. Got me some stretching. Alright, let's get some more fishing in. Having a chat. So, Simon, you're getting back into... yeah, they had that big update on Stardew Valley. One of the BRB clips is from the big Street Fighter CPU versus CPU tournament. Those are fun times. We're going to be coming back to those, Simon. Don't you worry. One of the big things... So, sorry. Real quick. We do have some goals. We're doing a graphics card fund. Look, I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad to 2 kids. My wife, we're a single income family right now. Because of certain life situations, it's really impossible for me to have to go have another job right at this moment because I have to be full-time with my kids who need me. And so I stream. I stream for fun. I've been doing it for over 10 years. But my computer's starting to get old, and I need a graphics card, and I cannot afford one. So we are going to be offering a lot of incentives for anyone who is interested in donating any bits to the channel. We're about to hit our $100 goal, which is a full playthrough of VNC Virtual Nightclub, which is a absolutely insane FMV adventure game / counterculture documentary that was originally for the CDI that got canceled and ported over to the PC instead. But we have on there a Street Fighter 6 CPU versus CPU tournament, Simon. It's on there eventually. We'll get there. We'll get there. There will be another one. It'll be for Street Fighter 6. Got it. Oh, yeah. I have the Cowabunga collection. That is on the list. We have so many. And it's good to be back, Lukester, by the way. How are you doing? So many games. I love... We need to do another CPU versus CPU tournament, though, because those are the best. I very much enjoy them. They're probably one of my most favorite things, but I have to like, siphon those, like, and slow it down with those, because I could do those all day, but my poor body cannot handle the insane amount of energy that it takes to do those, because it's intense. It's like one of those things where the come down is intense. I'll Cowabunga your collection. Isaac, how are you, my friend? It's good to see you. It's one of the first games I bought with my new computer. For some reason, those 30-year-old Game Boy games needed Windows 11. It's true. I still need to get the Cowabunga collection. A friend of mine was very kind and gifted me Shredder's Revenge, but I still haven't played it. Oh, man. Shredder's Revenge is also super, super good. Holy smokes. Is that game crazy fun? But yeah, I definitely want to do one for Cowabunga collection as well, because that would be just great. It's just, right now, it's more of a time thing, like a time and energy. Because there's so much kind of stuff going on in my personal life, and stuff that I have to kind of do on that end that I can't really organize one at the moment. I want to so badly, but I can't. I also came privy to, this is a crazy one, and Simon, I think you could get a kick out of this, even though you may not enjoy the genre as much. But I just learned that, okay, so Sierra, the company, early on in its life in the early 90s, had acquired this company called Dynamics, and they'd make adventure games as well as sports games. One of their big franchises was Front Page Sports. And they had a game called Front Page Sports Baseball, and it was like the last DOS game, or one of the last DOS games. And it's a really fascinating baseball game, but I learned that the community for that game is still going strong, and somebody developed a tool for this game in particular that would take the games played and convert it into a website, a sports news website for your particular league, with in-depth stats and generated news articles about the events of the games in the style of like an old 90s ESPN like website. And my brain exploded with like just excitement over that idea of having a league in Front Page Sports and a website to go with it that reports the news on those games. To me, is just hilarious. Is just a delight. Again, using modern technology to enjoy and experience old games, in weird and different ways. Everybody's got their speed runs. Everybody's got their randomizers, but nobody's got their let's generate a news site for your game that that updates everything with real life statistics and commentary. How you doing, Goldie? You okay? That's a cool. It isn't AI generated articles though, Simon. This tool has been around since the 90s. That's what's great, is that it has been around since the 90s. This wasn't AI generated in that way. It's so wonderful to wake up to such a bright and sunny day. Woof! This fills me with energy, and I feel like I could do anything. Woof! I love Goldie. Goldie's sweet. So this isn't using AI. This was all stuff done with just blood, sweat, and tears from the 90s. It's a tool that has been around for a long time and still used regularly by fans of the game. And to me, that is insane. Sam says, Dynamics made one of the first games I ever played, Ghostbusters 2 for DOS, and one of my best friend's favorite games, Red Baron. Red Baron's fantastic. Simon, we need to get a Red Baron online game going then at some point. Don't you want to play some Red Baron Team Deathmatch on the Imagination Network? We can totally do that. The INN barn supports Red Baron, baby. We could have a Red Baron night. We could totally have a Red Baron night. That would be great. The INN barn, for those that don't know, Sierra had an online gaming service in 1991 called the Imagination Network. It was called something else earlier, and they just renamed it that. Simon says, so could we do sports newspaper thing with the CPU versus CPU fighting tournaments? I wish it worked that way. I mean, I could. One of my big pie in the sky ideas that don't have any time to do right now, but I have a big pie in the sky idea with Soul Calibur 6, doing CPU versus CPU tournaments in Soul Calibur 6, but with all player created characters. So you guys would make the characters, I'd download them, put them in, and do that, and they kind of create a storyline from that. You know, create our own sort of weird fighting game using Soul Calibur 6, and creating like the rivalries and evolutions as the tournaments would progress. So like, oh, this is the first tournament. It's hosted by this person. This is the reward. Why are these people joining the tournament? And then whoever wins, of course, the storyline would continue with them winning and introducing new characters and new elements to it. Which I think is just funny to me. That's where my brain goes. Shoot, sorry, fishing's hard right now, especially when I'm talking. That's a pie in the sky. That won't happen anytime soon. I have way too much stuff going on. And right now, I mean, like I said, I've been heavily inspired. I've talked about this before. I've been watching a lot of stuff from this YouTube channel, or series of YouTube channels from John Boy Media. Weird name, but really fantastic YouTube guy. And he does a lot of sports stuff, right? But what he does really well is he has this channel that's called Warehouse Games. And they make kind of these weird backyard versions of popular games. So like, baseball, they have Blitzball. Blitzball is a thing that exists, but they kind of changed the rules around for play inside of this big warehouse. And like they took cricket and changed it into this, they kind of refurbished it into this thing called Ball and Play, and handball into this game called Slapball, which is really fun to watch. And so it's all of his friends and other sports people kind of playing this game and taking it seriously, but not seriously, and kind of creating this narrative. And it's really fun to watch and really engaging. And I see that, and like was like a big impetus for me trying to get people playing Mist Online games Mist Online competitively, and like giving like a full production for tournaments, and like having storylines and rivalries shape up and form based on people playing. And to me, that is such an amazing way. Like for me, that's what I love to do. I've already loved doing that stuff to begin with. You guys saw when we played Super Baseball Simulator 1000 and doing a season of that, and how those storylines kind of emerged, and how we're playing in Animal Crossing and the storylines here that appear out of nowhere. TKK, welcome, dude. It's so good to see you. Oh my goodness. I saw TKK the other day. We met up. They gave me this. This is so cool. Last year, I participated in their big charity event. I couldn't this year because, sadly, my spoons. There's a lot going on in my day-to-day life right now. Ran into them the other day. We hung out and went to Marvin's. Had a great time. And Marvin's is a mecca. Look up Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum. If you want to just in for a good time. Hooked me up with this. This was their charity event, Saka. Streamers Against Child Abuse. 2023, I got myself a cool pin. We hung out at Marvin's, played some games. Got to enjoy some wonderful freak sideshows. And the nicest person on the planet. TKK is a great guy. And so, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, like, there's the things that have been going on in my brain, Simon. Right now, I really want to, in terms of, like, little projects that I'm trying to do, the biggest thing right now is trying to get people interested in playing Mist Online competitively. And it's a process, especially considering Mist Online players are not that. Because, like, you also kind of need... It's different when... it's hard to do because you can't just have normal people playing this stuff. You need people who, like, know how to riff on the game and, like, play the game. And be, not to say, like, gamer, but, like, you know, that understand the idea of creating storylines and playing with them and playing up to them. It's almost kind of an improv side of things, right? And getting people who love to do that sort of thing as well to help heighten that experience. Because you have just people who just, like, the normal people, it's going to be quiet. It's going to be very, like, you know, there's not a lot kind of going on, and it's not as compelling for people to see or witness. But if you add that kind of drama to it and have people who are able to elevate that experience by, like, playing a game like IoHeek and being super talkative and trash talking each other in a positive way, not in a toxic way, And letting that stuff kind of happen, it really makes it a fun experience. Oh, what? You were on recently, TKK? Were you on recently? Oh my goodness. You're playing what, Alien vs. Predator? Oh my gosh. So, let me tell you. Kid me. So there's a few things in my life. Born and raised in the arcade. Folks know this. I love the arcade very much. The arcade experience. And I have so many like stories of beat 'em ups where we would get so close to the end, and like those moments when you actually get to like finish a game. And I remember kid me, I would have been in my teens, at this mall in Jackson, Michigan, where we had an arcade there, and they had Alien vs. Predator, and it was like a weekday in the middle of the day. And I don't know why I was there on a weekday in the middle of the day. The place was like almost empty. And I was playing Alien vs. Predator. And this would have been one of two brawlers, two beat 'em ups that I have beaten on my own. Like in the arcade. And it was Alien vs. Predator. The other one would be Spider-Man. Which year was this? This would have been like... I'd say like 95, 96, 96-ish, maybe. It was the mall that was right by the movie theater. And the arcade was on the back end of it, so it was like right across the street from that old movie theater. Aladdin's Castle. It may have been. I don't remember. Oh man, it could have been. It was in the mall, right in the mall. Across from it was a candy store. And if you went out the back entrance of the arcade, you could see there's a parking lot and there's an old movie theater behind that. You're at my childhood arcade. Just for fun. Yes, just for fun. Thank you. Called the Crossing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's, again, I lived out in the country, and that was the closest place for us. Jackson was. We did all our shopping out there, and I spent a lot of time in that arcade. We may have crossed paths at some point in time in our life, TKK. I'm not going to lie. We may have crossed paths, because I was there a lot in my life. I had been, just for fun, was a madhouse. That was the most epic corner of town to be a teenager in. For real. Because the mall was huge. There was so much stuff in it. But also, there was that main street of Jackson, just outside of that mall, was just food. It was like every fast food imaginable. And so, like, there was food everywhere. It was the best. It was the best of times. They had a Fazoli's out there. Oh, man. Way back in the day, Fazoli's. We were big, again, our family did not have money, so we lived off of, Hot and Ready. Hot and Now, sorry, Hot and Now. So it was called Hot and Now, not Hot and Ready. Hot and Now was a burger place. Just for fun, his name, like, it's just a silly ticket redemption arcade, but you go in, and it was a big-ass regular arcade. So there was a game, oh my god, I'm gonna have to look this up, because I always forget its name. It was, AM2 made it, Yu Suzuki, made this game. It was a racing game. It was kind of like a kart, almost like a kart racer. Let me get its name, because I played this a ton. Again, Power Drift was the game. Power Drift. So it was a sit-down cab, and it had motion in it. So it would move and stuff like this, but you had to kind of like, you had to go up the couple steps to get into the thing. And I would play the shit out of it because it was 25 cents. No one would play it. It was a single token. And I played so much of it because it was cheap, but also it was insanely fun. The kind of place you want a magical genie or candlestick to show up and sing about. Yes. But the thing is, though, just for fun, also, I can't tell you how many times I had been threatened at Just for Fun by much older adults, or at least much older people. Street Fighter 3 came out, and I was playing a lot of Street Fighter 3, and I love fighting games, and I was fairly good at them. And I was about to beat Street Fighter 3 with Ryu, and this guy came up and he put on his token, and I was like, sure, you know, I'm gonna beat you, it's fine. And I kick his ass, and he was probably like 19, 20. He was an adult, and he did not like that I beat him, so he puts in another token. I beat him again. He complains about my cheating. He puts in another token. He goes to play the lady with the healing super. God, I can't remember right now. I'm playing Animal Crossing. And oh, you don't know, Simon. Street Fighter is very, it is very. So Elena, he plays Elena, and he starts talking trash. You know, look at this. I got healing. Like, oh, you did all the damage to me. Now look at this. Oh, it's gone. I healed it. Oh, you know, what are you gonna do? And I beat him again. And then he stops. And he pulls something out of his pocket. Pulls out this big coin. And he's like, do you know what this is? And I'm just like, no. And he's like, this is what they give you for getting a high score at this pinball machine. Do you understand what that means? And I was like, no. And he's like, it means I'm kind of a big thing around here. And his friend comes up, and he's talking to my older brother, because my older brother got involved. And his friend comes up and talks to my older brother, like, your kid should let him win. Just letting you know. And I was like, fine. And like, I made it seem like it was a good fight. And the guy's like, oh, look at that, you're shit, you're nothing. Oh, I'm the fucking best. And I'm just like, and then he goes and he beats the boss. And he's like, I beat the game. Look at me. I beat Street Fighter 3, baby. And I'm just like, fucking asshole, dude. Like, that's insane. That was just like, that was the worst. There was one time where, and the other one, another weird, funny story was Tekken 2. I was playing Tekken 2, and I hate Tekken. But I had 25 cents left. It was like my last quarter. I didn't know what to play. Tekken 2 was in the back, and it was 25 cents. And so I pop it in. I play the kangaroo. It got unlocked. So there were secret characters in the game, but people could unlock them if they did certain stuff in it, and it would just be unlocked for the cab. And so I was playing as the kangaroo because I was like, what a doofus, the kangaroo. Like, Tekken is a joke, because I was a Virtua Fighter kid. So of course, like, Tekken was the worst. And this teenage guy with his girlfriend come up, and he had his leather jacket, and he walks up and he pops his collar and is like, mind if I play? And I was like, sure. And he comes into play, and he plays Eddie Gordo, of course. And I don't know how to play Tekken. Hold on. That's our town tune right now. It's ridiculous. So he plays Eddie Gordo. And I don't know how to play Tekken. I found Tekken to be clunky and unresponsive. I loved Virtua Fighter. That's what I loved. And so essentially all I could do was like, like just like punch. Nothing much was going on for me. But I beat him. And he gets really upset. And he plays me again. And I beat him. And he hits the cabinet really hard, and his girlfriend starts giggling, and he just goes, shut up, let's get out of here. And he just like stormed out, and I was just like, what just happened? What just happened, man? TKK says, I only made friends on TMNT and X-Men. Beat 'em up. So fighting games is where you get threatened, right? That's where things get intimidating and gnarly. Beat 'em ups is where everybody bonds. It is the jolliest experience. There's not a single soul who comes up to a beat 'em up cabinet and is going to talk shit to you. Everyone is in that same boat together. Everyone is fighting for their lives. And if you run out of quarters, there is somebody who is ready to pick you up and take on where you left off. And everyone didn't care because it was always always about getting to the end and beating that computer. And it was the jolliest time. It was a great time, dude. I loved that era. Yeah, all these characters existed at this place, folks. You need to go back me up when I tell stories like this, because no one believes me that Just for Fun had this culture about it. It was a mess. It was a mess. I loved it. Weird older people in fake leather jackets and greasy hair. Holy smokes. Simon, whoa, you don't need to hit the cabinet so hard. This isn't the original cabinet of Fighting Street, right? Have a good night, Minty. Very much appreciate it. And so it was so crazy watching arcade culture as it evolved in the 80s and 90s. This would have been at there was a mall outside of Lansing that was really huge. Meridian Mall was the place when I was a kid. Meridian Mall, that was where I played TMNT with my brothers. They had $10. I think they had a total of $20. So it was $10 between them. And my mom gave me $5. And their goal, we came into Meridian Mall with the goal to beat TMNT. That was our goal. I went to go play as Leonardo. I was going to go play as Leonardo because at that time that was my turtle. And that one wasn't working. So I had to play Raphael. And my brother Ben, the middle child, was Michelangelo, of course. And the oldest was Donatello, of course. And we're getting to the end. We're making huge progress. Of course, I'm the first to tap out. I had the least amount of money. I was the youngest and most inexperienced at that time because I was really young then. And we get the Shredder. All the way to Shredder. And at that point, kids started like noticing, like, oh shit, we're getting to Shredder. Oh my god. And my older brothers both run out of money. And all these kids, they come in immediately. And we beat TMNT. We see the end of TMNT. These kids beat TMNT for us. And everybody is like so excited. And there's like a half dozen kids with us in this process. And it was just like, people were just so stoked. It was electric. It was amazing. And I'll never forget it. Yeah, Meridian Mall. Yeah, the arcade there too. Dude, yep. Oh my gosh, that's the best time. Simon says, I remember seeing someone fighting Mr. Burns in the Simpsons arcade game. He died. The continuous screen was counting down. I just said quarter and watched him beat the game. Yep. It's the best time. The crowd stories. They say we were the first streamers because of it. Right? It felt so great when that stuff happened. I just remember all of that stuff so strongly, so fondly, because it was a weird experience. There was like the quarter rats. So there were these kids that would be my age or younger at the time, anywhere from like 5 to 10. And they would just wait for someone to put a quarter in, it not register, hit the coin return, and they would dart in under the coin return and grab that coin and run. It was wild. You had to be real careful because kids would just try to steal your quarters. And me being like, 10 years old at the time, I'm too awkward to be like, I'm going to fight some 7-year-old who just stole my quarter. TKK has a crowd story. Couple, but I have one that you would like. But I'm still listening to you right now. This is gold. No, tell me your crowd story. Let's hear it. I'm just fishing. Don't mind me. But that stuff stayed in my memory. It never left. It left an indelible mark on my very being because it was just such a cool time. I built a One Must Fall arcade cabinet in 3D because I wish it existed. Oh man, Simon, that'd be so great to have a virtual space where you could go and like load that up and play it. You gotta make a main cabinet just for it, Simon. Just for it. It just plays One Must Fall. 2077. I would say that also like sorry Goldie, I'm sorry, you're on the bridge. Sorry, I didn't mean to push you around. Sorry talking to the dog like it's a real person because I love this game. You would like I remember when Sega had put out the arcade cabinet for Time Traveler? What was it? Time oh my god, this is the hologram. Cyberpunk 2070, One Must Fall 2097. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. 2077, 2097, it's all the same. But they had a hologram game with FMV actors. He was a cowboy going through time trying to save this lady, and it was not really holograms, of course. It was just projection onto a mirrored glass. A curved mirrored glass would kind of feel like it is. And it was so good. It was bad. It was a bad game, but I loved it as a kid. I was like, this is magic. And they had a fighting game too, which I played. It was also at Just for Fun in the back. I like the back area, the back door of Just for Fun, because they had weird games back there that were cheap. TKK says, when I reached Mr. Burns for the first time, it was with a group, and we had a crowd. My mom found me at the machine because of the commotion caused by that damn crowd. I wasn't supposed to be playing it because Simpsons was banned in our home. She made me walk away from the game, and the other three beat him without me. I didn't see the credits or anything. Oh! That hurts. That hurts. Simpsons was also not welcome in my home for a long time as a kid. But it eventually got embraced. But they were okay with the arcade game. First time beating that game. I haven't told that story on my stream because it does hurt. That is pain. That was pain. That hurts so bad. I think... Oh, where'd it go? There's a dragonfly. Holy smokes, I don't think I've ever seen the dragonfly in here. Too old to be banned from it, but we all were, for some reason, we were all banned from the damn Simpsons. Exactly, right? You can be alone in the arcade, that's fine, but the Simpsons? Shame on you. It was fun also to watch, like, to be in an arcade and seeing the games that, like, weren't popular. I remember when War Gods came out. That was a big 3D fighter, the next big thing from Midway. And it was terrible. It had a 3D button where you could then move between the planes instead of up and down and jumping around. And it was not fun. And I remember it being so big and having so much space in the arcade. And every single person avoided it like the plague. Like the plague. It was wild. And it is a bad game. It's not fun. But it was just so cool to watch that stuff kind of happen and evolve in real time. Where you kind of just knew. They at one point had an Urguys. I think it was called Urguys. I think it was because the company made a different game too. But it had Urguys because it had Cloud and Tifa in it, in Sephiroth. And playing some Urguys, and I remember people not playing that one either, even though it had those characters in it. Nobody wanted to play it because it wasn't a fun game, even though it had Final Fantasy VII characters in it. There was one at Just for Fun. There was one where I was like, I remember my cousin and I were playing Revolution X, the Aerosmith on-rail shooter. And we were like, this game is fucking fun. Like we'd never really played it, and we always looked at it and been like, Aerosmith, whatever. And then we're playing it and we're having like the time of our lives. And so we got my brothers together one day when we went there, and we all decided to like play it. We didn't beat it, but we were like, we're coming just to play Revolution X, and we're gonna get into Revolution X. That's going to be our big thing right now. We're just going to get into this game. And we had just a great time playing it. It was so much fun. Revolution X was a lot of fun. I've always had all sorts of serious stage fright and anxiety. I wish I could have enjoyed the crowds more. I used to ask friends to stand around me if I was on the last level of something, because crowds would stress me into losing, and then they'd laugh at me. That place was brutal. Yeah, Just for Fun was brutal. Dude. I remember being at Just for Fun for like the first time ever after like 6 p.m. Like my parents always went in the daytime, usually on the weekends in the day. But I remember being there like it had gotten dark and I was at Just for Fun. And it's like being at a 24-hour Meijer after 10 p.m. The environment changed so dramatically. And like I left and waited outside for my mom because I was so creeped out. Yep. Straight out into the parking lot. Yep, the door that went straight out into the parking lot. It was just kids who were insane. Yep. The mall would close and that place just got louder. It was unhinged. I remember playing again. I like was on my last few quarters. I was playing a Tekken game, and these kids came up, and they weren't threatening. I was just terrified. They were so loud, and it was like a group of like 8 kids. They weren't threatening, but they were so loud, and kid me was terrified. Like when I played, like I just kind of let go of the controller because they were just like shouting and hollering and just like going nuts, and they weren't being mean, but kid me was like, this is how I die. They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. Like I cannot beat them in this. I'm going to die. And I was so scared, and like I just was like waited. I just waited until my mom came and it was like, time to go home. And I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this again. This was too much. This was too much. That place was insane. Just for Fun was such a great time though. I would never change it for the world. They had a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Capcom fighting game cabinet. I had no idea what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was, and I didn't really know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was until like a decade ago. But that fighting game was really cool. You had stands, of course, and but it also kind of played. If you play Red Earth, the obscure kind of Capcom game that's fantasy setting, it kind of played like that, where it was a mixture of fighting game moments, but also this weird 2D beat 'em up almost. And I remember nobody played it, but I played it and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And it blew my mind as a kid. There was just so much stuff there. And of course, the skiing game that all arcades had. If you were a kid of the arcades in the 90s, you know the skiing game that I am talking about. The big cabinet where you actually like put your feet in these skis and you had to the handlebars and you had to go navigate the skiing. If you're a kid of the 90s in the arcade, you knew that cabinet. Everybody knew that cabinet. Cost $1. You want to know where that skiing game went? Where did that skiing game go? Is it in your home, TKK? Because I'm going to probably pass out if that was the case. Where did that skiing game go? Because everybody knows that skiing game. Everybody knows that skiing game. Like, that was one, like, you always wanted to play, but it cost $1. So do you make that sacrifice? Do you make that sacrifice? Do you sacrifice $1? Precious money in an arcade for this cool-ass skiing game. You never did. The one time you do, and you're like, that was amazing, but I also just feel a little disappointed. You found it on Craigslist. Broken during the recession. It was listed for free, but everyone was like, no, that boring skiing game won't fit into my house. Come on now. It was a little. You paid $1. You paid $1. You wanted to have fun. But it was so short-lived that it was never fun. You're like, it's $1, it must be fun. We don't even know for sure if it is boring. We called it boring to justify not getting into it. Like, you know, like when you play like a racing game in an arcade, it is kind of short-lived. You play like one track, and you know, you most of the time don't even get to win because you didn't really get to experience much, but you still got to see some really crazy shit happen and like cruising and that sort of stuff, right? And so you get in it for that. But this one, it felt so short that it wasn't even funny. Like it was like 30 seconds. It felt like 30 seconds. And then you're a little tired from it, and like because you're doing your crazy legs and moving around and stuff like this. It was just so weird. But yeah, I loved it. But I actually don't know how good it was in the end because I played it maybe like 4 times in my entire life. But it was always there, and it always tempted you. Spend money, and never did. And like I remember when like Marvel vs. Capcom came onto the scene. Well, first it was X-Men Children of the Atom, then Street Fighter vs. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, sorry. Wow. And Just for Fun had those as well, and not a lot of people played them, which was surprising. I think because it was at that point when everybody was into 3D. Tekken was still there, and like Tekken, people in the arcades just cared about Tekken. That was all that mattered. Like for fighting games at that point in time, Tekken dominated. Everybody was playing Tekken. Street Fighter 3 even wasn't... It was pretty popular where we were, at least from my experiences. People were playing Street Fighter 3. But not nearly as much as Tekken and Mortal Kombat. They had Mortal Kombat 4. And, like, it's funny when I think about it. Like, TKK, you're a big Midway fan. And, like, knowing Just for Fun as part of that DNA... I totally understand, because Just for Fun had so much Midway. It was like wall-to-wall Midway all the time in every front. You know, it had the WWE WrestleMania game. It had, Area 51 was Midway, right? And it had all the Mortal Kombats, Mortal Kombat 4 when that came out. NBA Jam, of course. I really loved... I remember going back to Just for Fun closer, like as a late teen at the time, and they had Gauntlet Legends, and I spent so much... Like I would remember my password. That was the only game where I really remembered my character ID profile and PIN number for that game to carry it over because I just loved it. And I remember there was a day where they reset the system, and I didn't have my password and stuff was gone, and I was so sad because like I leveled up so far and got so many cool things, and it's all gone. It's all gone. Oh no, shit! I meant to swap. I'm an autopilot. We don't even know. Yeah, I didn't get into that MVC line. It Just for Fun. Neither did I. I played that at the bowling alley. There's no line, but Marvel 2 oddly didn't have a line at Just for Fun. Nope, never did. Never had a line at Just for Fun. It had a direct link to the Chicago warehouse. Only took the games 4 hours to arrive by truck, so sometimes we got Midway games days before they were out. That is why. Then there you go, because I never knew that, but I always saw Midway always had a presence. And it was always the loudest. And when I... think of some of the most iconic video game sounds. It's Midway sounds. Midway Arcade. The Midway announcer is, without question, one of the easily the most iconic voices in games for me. Wayne Gretzky, 3D hockey. Dude, Wayne Gretzky at Just for Fun. Fuck that game. I love it on the 64. I loved it on the 64 as a kid. But arcade Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey was madness. Like, they were so brutally hard. As a kid, I had no answer. Those were my jam too. Like, and what stinks too is that like at the time I wasn't as huge into pinball, but they had great pinball machines. And whenever I did play pinball, I was always playing either Medieval Madness or Attack from Mars. Those were like my two jams. I loved those as a kid. But there was always lots of people playing pinball. Pinball was huge there. And so you never got, it was also expensive for me. You know, it was like $1 or like 75 cents or something crazy. And I just never invested in it because it was just too much money. But I'd get to sometimes, like with my brothers were playing it, I want to go play with them. And, but it's always a busy part of the arcade. And it wasn't that big in reality. Like when I really look at it, like that arcade was actually quite small, but it was jam-packed with stuff. Something that confused the heck out of me, says TKK, was how the Midway games at Just for Fun were all consistently updated to the latest revision. Played the same games at other places, and I'd swear the games had differences in them. Oh, 100%. 100%. Oh, you're not crazy. You're not crazy. I think they had a... I think I remember one time seeing like a rep there. Like working on a machine. And I think that they had reps like updating that stuff regularly. Because I very much remember a Midway rep being there. And like in the cabinet. And me being like, what is going on? Like, what are you... How... What magic is this? What is this? And just being like amazed at what they were doing. I had no idea what they were doing. It was very wild to see like I remember seeing arcade reps pop in the wild, and that was crazy for me. Cause like, and it wasn't something I was privy to or understood entirely until I worked at Blockbuster, and like a Nintendo rep would come in from time to time to onboard us with something, and we'd like, talk about that stuff. It was wild. Never really knew what that world was like. They had the catalog too. Oh, the catalog, yes. Holy crap. I never got to see like those like catalogs from reps until I worked at a Meijer. Because I remember a Nintendo rep coming in to show us the new Nintendo 3DS at the time. That tells you how old I was. I was very much an adult. But he was showing the new Nintendo 3DS to me, and he's like, this hasn't come out yet. You want to play it? And I was like, I'm playing it. And he's like, how cool is this? And I was like, all right. And like, they had these big binders that would be behind our desk that we get to look at and stuff that talked about like all the selling points and features and all this jazz. I have some of that stuff somewhere. But yeah, like, yeah, Sears catalogs, yes. But for that, it's arcade machines. I never got to see the pinball stuff so much, but the retail stuff for like game developers and publishers like Nintendo and stuff and Sony, they had those same kind of things, but in a different way. And yeah, oh my gosh, those are so. Oh, not one mil there. I want to deposit some money. Not every operator made a catalog, but pinball companies did. And have you ever watched the old like pinball machine sales pitches? They'd have videos with sales pitches for their products, for like the new lines and stuff like this for trade shows. They are wild. They're so crazy, and I love them. They're so crazy. That's what the conversation I look for. We got to see some back in the day that I swear are lost media. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. That stuff is not fully cataloged in this world. It is a strange place, and I love it dearly. Because that stuff was so like weird. Because they'd have these narrators that would talk about the pinball machine. Oh, jeez, hold on. This is not one we've caught yet. Common dragonfly. But the narrators would talk in a way that would fit the theme. So if it was like, you know, some like Monster Bash or something, they'd be like, "Ooh, welcome to the world of Monster Bash," and like they would try to tell you a story. related to like the theme of the game and stuff like this, and it was just so weird to watch. I love that stuff so much. Because okay, TKK says because I've seen them from Midway racing games. I've watched the Midway documentaries and stuff. Can't find the footage, but the pitch video was just a narrator talking, then music, then talking, but never talking and music at the same time. I never noticed this, but that is amazing. Yeah, and have like weird musical interludes, and then like showing off the glass. And anyway, sorry. That's a common dragonfly, if I'm not utterly mistaken. No, that's not necessary. Please, I must insist we leave it in the container. Protocols, you see. Yeah, what? I have to say that I am not overly fond of insects. I quite simply do not like touching them. Blah. Bogus, have you ever peered closely into a dragonfly's eyes? Blah. Ghastly, really? But I digress. You have our deepest, most profound gratitude. Might there be anything else you want to donate? No, I'm good. Like, yeah, hey, look at this cabinet. Then they just play music and show the cab for like 2 minutes. And it's always like some, like, the most weird generic music that fits the theme of the cabinet. So like, if it was like a Harley Davidson, it'd just be this you just hearing the revving of engines, and it was just so exaggerated and insane. And there's just something special about it. There's something special about it because it's a world that only exists in that space. That's part of the magic of it. You won't see that anywhere else. The world of pitch videos, retail pitch videos, are so distinct to themselves. And it doesn't just apply to the pinball machines. It doesn't just apply to video games. Even movies. Like, they had pitch videos for things like You've Got Mail. And no joke, they're in the same style as that, what TKK describes. It is so unbelievable. And I remember once, hey, Lip! It's my week, Lip. It's my week. I have to play. It's my week. I need to be done soon. I need to eat lunch and such, but it's my week. I gotta get it in while I can. Hold, Devnal. Wilt thou give unto us the codes from the FBI central computer? Did you see, Lip, that somebody is remaking Vampire the Masquerade Redemption as a full conversion mod for Skyrim? The pitch video for Killer Instinct cabinet didn't use KI music. Oh my gosh, why not? Hold on. It used Funky Flights music from DK Country. It was a really cool remix of the song too. That's amazing. Then finally, 30 years later, the composer uploaded that song to YouTube. Doing the Lord's work right there. Liv says, I saw that. I was so confused that even just guns in Skyrim. Right? Well, I mean, it makes sense. You have bows and arrows. Why not have guns? But that is insane to me that somebody's like, we should remake that. I want to see the Tentacle Head journals in Skyrim, Lip. Come on, who doesn't want to see Tentacle Head journals in Skyrim? I know I do. I love that I've been fishing for like 2 hours straight and just jabbing on, like non-stop talking. I apologize to folks who don't like that sort of thing. That is my life. TKK says, I spent forever telling people there was legit alternate versions of that song, and I heard it in a damn pitch video. People think I made that shit up, but it's such a strange thing to make up. Exactly, it's so specific. Of course you can, yeah, of course, Link, yeah, Animal Crossing mentions that. I think you might like, by all means, please. Peanut says, well, hello again. If it isn't an encore, Bogus, how super for me. Anyways, what's up? I didn't mean to talk to you, but hi. Hey, Bogus, have you been paying your loan back, Slacker? Yes, I have. Good for you. That's just common sense, of course. Dominic doesn't force you to shop there, but a lot of us, well, we look out for his best interest, Slacker. But you know what? If you finish paying off your house and upgrade to the biggest house you can get, you'll receive some sort of commemorative gift that stays in front of the train station for all to see. Oh, someday I hope to have something like that for myself, Slacker. I agree. Okay, let's see this. Hold on. Anna's got a link. Let's see. Is it gonna pop up? No, of course not. Yeah. Oops. Zoink. Spoiled Art says, I love the idea that Blathers is just terrified of 1/3 of the museum. It's true. He is. My voice is going. Holy smokes. Whoops. Wrong button. He's just terrified of it. Yep. Never goes in. Too much. It's too much. And he's an owl. Like, he lives off that food, right? Like, what does he eat? I guess he just eats fish. I'm glad you enjoyed TKK. This is what I live for. Is just the chilling, hanging out. I'm just fishing in Animal Crossing right now for no reason. I got to make a cherry sign at some point for our cherry trees, but that can wait. It's no rush. I played a whole bunch of this yesterday on stream, catching up on what everybody else was doing, and now it's just kind of a let's just have a relaxing day. This morning was a super stressful morning. The kids' morning routine was a mess, and so I was like, I need to unwind. Had my breakfast, got caught up on the dishes, and took a shower, and it was like, it's time to stream some games. It's time to play Animal Crossing and just chill and vibe. Because video games are awesome. Video games are awesome. The stories we have to tell about them are awesome. And that's what matters most. That's what we live for. Okay. Zoink. Come on, fish. There we go. Making sure I'm not getting any phone calls. We're good. Oh no, we're in the dark times of sea bass. It's the dark times. Just catching sea bass right now. What I'd give right now for a red snapper. Well, I also got to check. It's past noon now, so the turnip prices have changed. I got to check the turnip prices. We are heavy in the turnip market right now, the stock market, as you would. And I got to see what the price change has been. Oh, got a boot. So I'm going to go to sell it to Tom. I got to remember what we have. But yeah, like when people, like people don't realize all the weird stuff that are out there about video games. You have your pitch videos. Like there is one that I love. There is a Sega advertising video for the Game Gear and a cross promotional with Howard Johnson Hotels. Hojo, as they would say. And where you could rent out a Sega Game Gear for your kid if you stayed at a Howard Johnson. And Genesis. And it is a wild thing to watch. This guy, he's too cool for school. You rented the Game Gear that way? For real, Lip? Oh my god. There you can watch the video talking about being able to rent a Game Gear from Howard Johnson. And it's insane. It's the only way I've played a Game Gear in real life. Really, my cousin had one. And he did not like it. And so I would always come over and play it. And he'd get really mad because I just play it. And he was like, it sucks! Mortal Kombat 2 is terrible on this. You don't have the whole character roster. The X-Men game shit. And I was like, I like it. I've been trying to describe how to a couple of my other friends. I told them he has so much to say about this stuff, but it's very kind of you, TKK. You never realize how you never get to talk about it otherwise. Exactly. It was funny because somebody came into the stream last night for the first time, and I felt really bad because they joined. They had a great time. We're talking, having a great time, and they joined our Discord. And they're like, hi, I love playing these games, and this is the the stuff I like. And I was just like, holy shit, here is here is this, and here's this, and here is this, and here is this, and oh my, I love that, and I love that, and I love that, and do you know about this, and do you know about this with this, and like my brain just went into a full overload, because I'm like, oh, you mentioned this one thing, I have 5,000 things to say about it, and I don't, you know, and like, I'm so sorry if I just scared the shit out of you. Hybrid Era fan says, I've been looking for a little while, but it's been fun. I appreciate it, by the way, and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for coming in. I just felt so bad because like I get there's a scene in Tommy Boy. Everyone's seen that movie? It's hilarious. Chris Farley, David Spade. There's a scene where Chris Farley's character is explaining how he messes everything up and how like as soon as he starts getting excited about something, he just like everything just gets destroyed and everything blows up and he's just going nuts because he's just so excited. And I'm like, that's my life. That is 24/7. Someone says Commodore 64. I'm going to start losing my shit going excited about talking about Habitat. Somebody starts talking about anything and it's just immediately is this deluge of like all of this information that I have stored in my brain for so long. It is coming out, pouring out, because I'm just excited to tell people. It says the bogus enthusiasm is a tiny bit overwhelming at times, but the fact that it is so genuine goes a long way. I don't think you scare off most people with it. Thank you so much for the follow. We keep those anonymous, of course, for lurkers who want to stay lurking, by all means. But I do appreciate the follow very much. And yeah, it is overwhelming. It is too much sometimes. And if you want to know, like that is what is inside my brain. That's what it's like. All of the time. All of the time. It is nonstop. Actually, if you don't mind a more sappy compliment, I've got one. I'll take it. I'll take it. I need compliments in this. I need an ego boost. I don't have... My self-esteem is non-existent, so ego boosts are very much welcome. This isn't how I normally play Animal Crossing. I'm just enjoying the chat, and I'm like, so I'm just going to engage. I have lots to say. I'm talking. I'm jabbering. Why not just fish well in the process? But no, I again, playing video games for over 35 years. It has been an indelible mark in my life. Something that I've always done, and has always been an experience in some shape or another. And for me, I have a lot to say about that because I've played so many games and seen so many and seen how it can affect people in a positive way. Self-esteem, what's that exactly? Right, Anna? What is that? What is this self-esteem you talk of? Games are freaking fantastic, and how we play them and how we engage with them and how they can be both an incredibly entertaining but also an incredibly fulfilling and enriching experience is valuable. You know, there's a place for all of it. There's a place for, you know, these very artistic and emotional, you know, kind of walking simulators, as they like to be called. There's also places for the hardcore fighting games and MMOs and, you know, storyless arcade, you know, experiences and story-heavy RPGs. They're all amazing. They all have value. And getting to share stories related to them or hear stories related to them from other people teaches you so much about humans and people. And it's so heartening. It's funny because I'm going to get sappy here for a second. It's funny that so many people in their life, right, get very kind of cynical and jaded about just people in general. People are stupid. People are, you know, everyone is dumb except for me. It kind of have that perspective, and or feel that everybody is out to get you, or everybody's wanting to take advantage of you in some way, and that people aren't to be trusted or accepted and that sort of thing. Right? We live in a world like that. It's a weird, crazy world that people believe that way. Somebody once told me that my faith in humanity is novel because that says that I've never been hurt by anybody in my life. And I was like, dude, you have no idea. That is a comment that lives rent free in my head because it like is so off base. But when we talk about games, we talk about people and hobbies that they enjoy. For me, it shows how awesome people are, how inventive, how creative, how expressive they are, how we engage in games, how we experience them is so distinctly individual. But we can share them with other people, and that we can express that individuality through gaming and get to see other people express that as well. And it's magical to me. It's magical. It's so awesome because people open up when they play games and you learn so much about them. And it's one of those kind of things that for a lot of folks, it's a very exposing kind of thing, I guess. Exposing is a better way to put that. I don't know. I go with the everyone's dumb, especially me. There you go, Lip. There's a better way to look at it. I'm just like, nobody's neither smart nor dumb. They are just themselves. And why I stream in general, why I play games in general, is to connect with other people because I think they're cool. I love folks at all skill levels, at all, it's wild when I watch people play a game on stream, and if someone's like struggling in a game, and like sometimes chat will like turn on that person and be like so frustrated with them. They're like, it's so easy, you could do this. It's this thing you're supposed to do. How do you not see that? I'm like, dude, you've never played a video game. Then if you think that like you think something's so obvious, your brain only has one thing to focus on right now, and that's watching the gameplay footage. That as a viewer, and as like a streamer or even just a person who's playing the game, you're engaged in that game. You're trying to pick up all the clues as much as possible, and you have so much to do. If you're streaming a game, you have that, and then you have chat. And you have these other stimuli that come in and are constantly kind of taking a piece of that attention away. So it's so easy for someone who streams to miss out on that stuff. And it's so funny to watch. I'm like, man, you have no idea. It's so easy to miss stuff. DKK says, I quit drinking in October, and one of the hardest steps towards sobriety is figuring out how to have fun with people sober. Coincidentally, that's around when I met Bogus, and he's a professional at having fun sober. That is all. Bogus just blindsides you with sports and video games? Isn't it great? And you're left sitting there like, yeah, I guess it is pretty freaking great. That's one of those things. I have, again, I don't drink at all. At all. I have probably had as many alcoholic beverages as I can count on my fingers in my entire life. That's not to say that people who drink are in some way inferior or bad. I would never stress that as if it's some kind of like, I'm superior because I don't. No, I want to preface that. But like one of the big reasons as to why is because like I don't need to loosen up. Like for a lot of folks, it's like I just need to loosen up and unwind. And for me, I'm like, I can never be loose. First of all, I'm always wound up, but it's excited, and I'm always ready to welcome somebody and be like excited to talk to them and listen to them. That's just such a kind thing. It is the nicest thing. Always virtually drinks, and that's true. I am a video game alcoholic, 100%. If I have the ability to be drunk in a video game, my character will be drunk in a video game. It's so true. Playing the original EverQuest. Oh, if I could go through the entire game in an inebriated state in that game, I would absolutely. Because it is just the funniest thing to me. Because it slurs your speech in like all chat, public, private, doesn't matter. Your character's speech gets slurred. And then you have fisheye view, and your character is swaying left and right constantly. And so it's almost impossible to navigate because the view is so distorted, and it is an intense sway the more you drink. So no one understands you. You're having a difficult time navigating the world, and it affects your stats in a negative way overall. And there's a skill related to it called alcohol tolerance, and so that builds up the more you drink. And so you have to drink more then to get the alcoholic effects, and it cracks me up. It cracks me up. It is some of the funniest things to me, trying to communicate to somebody while drunk in that game. And like, there are moments in that world where you have to navigate some very narrow passageways that would lead to like very precarious falls and either imminent death or put in a position where it's almost impossible to escape, and imminent death is then there. And if you die, your body and all its inventory is on that body, and you have to go and recover it manually, which means going through an incredibly dangerous and risky situation. And it is hilarious to me. That's my jam. Like, that's my jam. So that's very nice of you, TKK, and I'm glad to at least make that stuff easier for you, because in all situations, when we talk about like things we need to change about ourselves, and improve on, one of the easiest ways to change it, right? It's not through making the change yourself. Like, it's hard to change your routine or change your lifestyle on your own. Having an environment that reinforces it makes it incredibly easy. Having another person to go on that journey with you, having people around you that support those decisions, those things make transitions and lifestyle changes incredibly easy. And it's not, they're not holding you accountable, you know, but they're just supportive. And that is super nice to have. I think you really nailed it with the loosen up thing. I don't need to loosen up. I'm weird and twitchy, but if I showed up to the occasion, then I'm ready for the occasion. Exactly. Like, I'm there to talk and like play with people. The only time I have a hard time at a party is when nobody has any, like, everybody's in a bad mood. Like, it's the hardest being a dad and going to social gatherings, because there's so many dads who are just miserable. And I'm like, I'm going to go hang out with my wife and her friends. I don't want to hear you complain about being married and having kids. That's just not what I'm here for. So, like, it's nice meeting you. Have a good day. It's one of the weirdest things. Like, oh, don't you hate it when your kids are like, it's like, no, that's fine. No, it's great. Oh man, finally get some time to myself, you know? And it's like, oh, isn't that nice? I'm like, no, we're good. I don't have that, no. Away from all the noise. No, I am the noise, man. So I'm good. Like, I thrive in that. I remember my mother-in-law, she despises sound, like loud noises. And like, my family is loud and gregarious. To say that like my kids mimic that insane level of excitement is an understatement. And so our house is just filled with like just noise and song and just weird, and it drives her insane. And it makes me very happy that it drives her insane, because she's just a very sad person. It's like, your kids are the worst. So most misbehaved kids in the world. And I'm like, no, they're not misbehaved. Like, they have the ability to express themselves, and they are actually like super good kids who are very smart, very edgy, like very intelligent, very they play. And like, they don't destroy, they're not destructive of our home. They don't make an enormous mess, you know? Like, it's so wild. And she's just like, I can't handle this. I was like, man, my life is that. And it's so crazy too because people perceive that sort of thing as being disingenuous. A lot of folks that I've known in my life kind of see the way that I am and are like, "You're putting on a show. Like you can't be that person. That's not possible." And I'm like, "It is very possible. It's very possible." Because that enthusiasm, that excitement for stuff, it isn't universal. It isn't universal. It isn't 24/7. Like, I'm not always enthusiastic and excited about things. Like, but what I am is like accepting of all of that, like the highs and the lows of life. We're like, yeah, bad things happen in my life. Horrible things have happened in my life. Some folks know. Some of the worst things that could possibly happen to a person. And but what's super important as an individual is that like you accept those things. You accept that those things have happened. You accept that like, oh, you know, I've had a real shit year and I haven't accomplished anything. And I haven't, you know, I've been in like the waiting period. When one of the weird things about being a parent is like reading kids' books. There's a Dr. Seuss book, "Oh, the Places You Will Go," and they describe a place called the waiting place, where people are just waiting, where they're waiting for buses, they're waiting for things, and nothing is being done. And in your life, you will go to that place where you do not accomplish anything, and it may be minutes, it may be days, it may be weeks, it may be years. They give that book as a common graduation gift now. Really, it's a fantastic one. It is fantastic, and how nothing will be accomplished, and you'll get out of it, and it's okay. Like these bad things that happen to you, these lulls that you get into, these circumstances that you're placed into outside of your own control, they happen, and you'll survive. You're gonna be okay. And accepting that stuff makes it a lot easier to rebound and to continue to be a human being and functioning, you know? It's not toxic positivity because I don't believe in being positive at all times, and I don't believe in like only positivity and only good things. Like hell, man. Life is weird. It's tough. But it drives me crazy. I think that's probably one of the hardest things. There's two things in my life that always grind my gears, like when people view me as a person. The first one is like, oh, you're putting on a show. You're not being real. And like, it couldn't be farther from the truth that like, that's just who I am. I love this stuff wholeheartedly. I love games of all types, be it video, board, sports. It doesn't matter. I love games and the idea of games. And just talking about them, enthusing about them. But also like the other thing that drives me crazy is when people make that assumption of like my excitability, my enthusiasm for this stuff is a sign, because it's about games, that means that you are a simple person. This happens a lot in my life, in like my personal life with real people. They're like, "Oh, you're an idiot. You're a child." And it's so wild to me. Like that is like the worst thing that people can like do, is write you off as being like simple-minded or like being like a child. And I'm like, man, like you have no idea what that means. And you have no idea, like, do you want me to sit here and talk to you about the history of game design and like the evolution of European platforming design from 1980 to 1995? Like, DKK says, people have confirmed that I am exactly same if they're on the couch or at the arcade with me versus on a stream. On the couch by myself, however. I always just ask those people what their hobbies are. Yeah. And for a lot of folks, some folks, the folks who typically treat me like that, if you ask them that question, they don't have it. They don't have anything. They don't have anything. they're just like so unhappy with their life that they can't find solace and joy in anything. And it has to be met with derision. And it's so wild to me. Because there have been so many times when there's been people who have been like, games are for kids. And I'm like, okay, let's have a conversation. Like, let's have this talk about what that means. And let me give you showcase the historical impact of technology in games and how that pushes things forward in a world outside of games. We talk about the Wii and the Kinect and its effect on technology for medical treatments, and how they've used technology for like physical therapy and rehabilitation, as well as surgery, like surgery technology, which is crazy to me. But also just talking about cultural importance and how games have had an impact on us culturally. TKK says, I work at a place right now where everyone is a hobbyist. Everyone is super locked into their hobbies, and all of us respect each other's hobbies. I love it. That's one of those things that I have noticed with like a younger generation, and I'm gonna like say that like it's so wild when I have kids in school. Their elementary experience is a night and day different experience than mine. Like, while the kids are still kids, right? They still are, they say some heinous stuff. They're still a little mean to each other overall. Like, you know, they say some pretty crazy ass stuff, and, you know, they treat people very weirdly. But overall, they're like incredibly accepting of other people, and they're very like understanding and expressive. It's weird. It's wild, because like my oldest goes through a whole lot of stuff in school, and it's really a challenge for her, and anxiety is huge for her. And like the kids in that school aren't like, she's weird, and aren't like that at all. And they're like, you know, they're very supportive of her, and they'll go out of their way to like prop her up, and it's amazing. And younger people, younger than me, far younger than me, I'm 40 now. That concept of me being 40 is weird. Like, because I still have, like, I'm playing games, and like the best I've ever been at playing games is at this age already. But I'm watching all these younger people who play games, and younger people out there who, they wear their stuff on their sleeve, and all they care about is, more than anything, is that people are like being people, or being like genuine people. That's what they care about more than anything. You don't treat people like shit, and you're good. TKK says, I have a coworker who's a sports hunter and kills bears and stuff. I've never hunted, and I don't care, but I respect the dedication to something like that. Then I have another who is huge on SoundCloud and will book shows and stuff. I can't make music, but again, I think that's so cool. And some of them know about my check mark here and the Sokka stuff. So none of us have overlapping hobbies, but I love how dedicated everyone is to them. The fact that like we care so much more that you are passionate about something, and it doesn't come at the cost of other people's happiness. You know, like that's all that matters, is that you're not hurting somebody else. You're good. Got another coworker who's into cars. I thought that meant he had a car he worked on. Dude has multiple and lifts to raise them on. Oh my gosh, dude. I want to meet the like I want to meet like the adult who is like into like Matchbox cars, you know, like toy cars. I don't want to meet the toy train person. I know the toy train person, and they scare me. I kid. The whole world of I had a cousin whose husband is a train YouTuber. Like, they just record trains going by and put them on YouTube. And that's what they do. That's it. They just stand by train tracks and watch trains go by. And there's like crowds of people that do this. And I'm just like, more power to you. That one's not me. That one's so not me. My dad was a big train person, and I love like riding trains are cool and model trains are cool, but like just watching trains. All walks of life, man. We're all seriously into the damn Lions. Who wouldn't be, right? We're fucking. When is the Detroit Lions ever had anything good happen to them? If there's any person outside of Detroit that talks shit about the Lions, like, shame on you. Shame on you. We're not the damn Yankees, you know? We are the Lions. Like, it's like you're punching down so hard. So hard. Even if we're successful, you're punching down so hard if you're talking shit about the Lions. Like, what is... Yeah. Man. Because no matter what, like, you can start talking shit about us if we've had, like, 10 Super Bowl wins, okay, in a row. That's when you can start talking. We will take it. And we'll be like, you know what? We have earned the ire, right, through our accomplishments and prestige. Like, we will take it. Because we're like, you know what? Talk all the shit you want. We have a history of being a great team at that point. So yeah, you can talk it. You can talk it. That's fine. But we've never had that. The Detroit Lions have never had that. I love the Lions, man. I'm excited about this year. We'll see how it goes. All right, I gotta sell these things, and then I sadly have to call it a day. I gotta go eat some lunch. I gotta go take a nap. I'm an old man. Day naps are the best. So let's go sell our stuff. We made a bunch of bells today. Oh, I didn't check turnip prices. Shit, we gotta do that. Check turnip prices. Hey, Nook. How's it going, dude? Let's sell and check our turnip prices. Because the stream may be getting a lot longer if he has a good price. I got you, Nook. What you got, buddy? Let's see. Other things. Turnip prices. Still 114 is like it was like 111 or something like that before, so it's only a small increase. All right, we're fine, Nook. Thank you, buddy. See ya. All right, so we will be back on tonight. We'll be back tonight. I'll be back again. We're not playing Animal Crossing. We're playing Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 2. Getting through that. We're about halfway done with the game, I think, ish. And really enjoying the game. We've been going through the whole series slowly over time. So we've been whittling it down. We played Blood Omen Legacy of Kain and beat that. Beat Soul Reaver 1. And then we're doing 2. And I have the whole series on PC, so we'll get through it eventually. But I don't like going like one after the other. I usually like to have a lot of time to kind of percolate. So we're getting through that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. I will be streaming again tomorrow for the raffle in the morning. Probably not as long as I did now. A much shorter stream. Early in the morning, they have the end of the month raffle, Tom Nook's. So I got to do that. And then Wednesday night at 9 p.m. is more Soul Reaver. And then a big stream on Friday night at 7 p.m. kind of to kick off the end of my week with Animal Crossing before I pass it on. And I don't have it again for another 4 weeks. So it'll be fun. We'll go get through all that. All right, thanks, Boots. Oh, dude. Let's go. We're all done here. I'll catch you later, Boots. Let's go find someone to raid and pass this off to someone else. Let's go see what we got. Who's on Twitch? On Twitch. Oh, yeah, we're going to say hi to Sakura. Sakura's playing MDK2, which is fantastic. They beat MDK1, and we got to go give it to them because they're the best. They're the most supportive and kind person on the planet, and I love Sakura's the best. So let's go raid Sakura. Sakura _ bam. All right, I'll be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Soul Reaver 2. Thank you all, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for hanging out. TKK, thank you, sir. Lip, thank you for the follows, everybody. And just kind of the conversation was some of the best in my 10 years of streaming. So thank you. Have a great day. And as always, to humor. Take care.
Fa, 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 fa. Fa 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 fa. You say I'm just a punk and useless junk. I'll say I can hang on just a little bit more. I still can walk, I just can't run. But if you don't need me, dump me anytime. Oh, I'm turning back the clock, I'm turning back the clock. Oh, I'm a man who can join the flock. How pathetic.